I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
I'm from the Xfinity remote studio, stateside live. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Huh? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I am stunned. The Sixers land Jaylen Brown. Wow. It's just what we thought was going to be a long, drawn-out world back, this road back to becoming a contender, a process light, whatever you want to call it, took a huge step, swift. Mike Gansey, shadowing his inner Howie Roseman, who has been here for 34 days. 34 days he's been here. The announcement, the hire of Mike Gansey happened on a happy hour Friday, right? Which might as well be in the middle of the night. And Mike Gansey has turned around this franchise in the snap of his fingers. I still can't believe that this trade was consummated. I woke up this morning. I was dreaming of Jaylen Brown last night. I woke up this morning. I had to go back to Shams to go, did this trade really happen? This is not Shams with a Shahames, right? Like, this is not Sharania with an S on the end of it. Are you kidding me? How in the world could he have pulled this theft off? You want to talk about the art of the steal. This was an incredible trade, incredible trade. And they just became contenders. And by the way, LeBron, where you at, brother? Come here, man. Now it's real, buddy. Like, the perfect scenario. Jaylen Brown's a great player, all right? Let's talk about the last season in Boston, all right? That team was gutted. They when they were great, it was Drew Holiday playing defense, right? And it was, Horford, really good front court, the whole thing. That team last year with Tatum hurt was just Jaylen Brown. I mean, it was just Jaylen Brown. That was it. He could score at will. He averaged what? He averaged 28 and change, six assists, 5 rebounds. Like, he just is an elite player. An elite player. And you look at it, that playoff thing wasn't his fault. Like, he balled out. Tatum was a shell of himself. Didn't even play in Game 7. I mean, it was supposed to be a gap year for Boston, and he made them relevant. Jaylen Brown made him relevant. Oh, that was it. He's a great player. Now you pair him with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. Are you kidding me? Like, you get him, and look, maybe those picks will become valuable in the future. The Clippers, it was whatever, right? But again, your picks are down the road, and you got rid of Paul George. I thought you'd have to pay people, like, you'd have to give up stuff for people to take Paul George's contract. Like, seriously, I'm stunned that there's no team in the league that was going to beat that offer. Like, no team. Like, what about OKC? All the picks and everything that they got, right? Like, they saw without Jalen Williams behind SGA, like, you couldn't use a 3-man, like a perfect 3. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't know. I go around the league. They couldn't beat Paul George in a couple of picks. Like, I get it. Like, the first rounders, again, could be something. Who cares, right? Like, who cares? You're now relevant. You're now beyond relevant. You actually have a shot to get out of the second round, and then who knows, right? Like, who knows what happens? Just because of those three, I'm not even counting Joel, right? Like, right now, Joel is just, like, off to the side. Like, whatever you get from Embiid is gravy, right? Like, dude, just work on your body, right? play 20 minutes during the regular season, whatever it is, and gear up for the playoffs and rim protect and block and rebound, right? Like, that's it. But with those three going, like having Edgecombe, Maxey, and Brown, like, wow, you want to talk about just an athletic trio that just gets up and down the floor and can score, like just be able to score. I mean, that's going to be thrilling. I mean, I don't know what's going to end up with as far as titles and parades. I don't even care about them. Right now. I just care about their relevance. And you got him with 3 more years. Like, you can tweak this thing. Like, he's been here 34 days. I love his moves. I said it to VG earlier when it came to LeBaron Philon, right? Like, when you got Philon, I was like, that's a great pick. You needed a guard. Like, you traded McCain. You needed a guard. You got a guard that can actually be a lead guard off the bench. Something that you missed dearly, that you didn't have, that you were stuck with nobody. You had Grimes, who was terrible, right? Like, it was just bad. So you get a kid that's going to be a player, right? Like, you got a kid that is a useful guard, big-time program, NBA-style offense off the bench. The Dean Wade thing is a great move because here's what he does. He just plays defense. He could defend all 3 positions on the front court, right? He's a terrific defender, a willing rebounder. That, you know, even Hukporti, you don't have that lead-footed Drummond in the game. Oh, Hukporti, come in. He's athletic. He just grab rebounds, man. Like, just go board. So I'll play defense and board. And then you got all that scoring with those 3 guys. And then let's see, right? Like, again, LeBron is real. Like, they made their overtures, right? That's a real thing. That's a real thing. And if you're LeBron James, would you rather go to Golden State, Olden State, right? Like, you'd rather go there or Philadelphia, where you don't have to carry the burden of scoring. You got youth like Maxey and I'm so happy because you've saved Maxey's career here, right? Like, you've saved his career. Otherwise, Maxey and Edgecombe and Embiid and George, all that doesn't line up. But now it lines up. So now you've saved Maxey. Now you have 2 really explosive players, scorers, and explosive players with Maxey and Brown. And then you got Edgecombe that does a little bit of everything, who's just growing and a willing defender and a help out on the glass and does a little bit of all of it, right? There's spacing on the floor. And again, I'm not even counting that you get anything from Embiid. Right? Whatever you get from Joe, it's just like, again, that's all gravy. So LeBron, he doesn't have to shoulder any burden, right? There's a perfect spot for him at the 4 on this team. Like, could you imagine if he signed here? Because he's going to sign for the minimum. Like, he just wants to go make his final act worthwhile. So where else are you going to go? Other than you're going to go ring chase, I don't know, OKC or whatever. There's, again, talk about Golden State, go back to Cleveland. You go back to Cleveland, you'd much rather be in Philadelphia because you'd sit here and you would just slot in perfectly. Like, here's what they need. Like, they would need LeBron's leadership and winning DNA, right? Like, the whole winning DNA. I mean, like, that makes perfect sense. You know, years passed and he flirted. Remember, he was checking out schools here, the whole thing. It didn't really kind of make sense. It kind of makes sense now. And I know, I get his age and everything else. But again, all you need him to be is just a competent 4-man, which he is. And he provides all that other intangible that you have lacked. Like, think about it. You said goodbye to to me, they were, I hate to be mean, but they were losers. I mean, Grimes and Oubre were just losers. They were dudes that put up numbers and stats on bad teams. That's what they were. You weren't winning anything. And so, you know, if you're LeBron, why wouldn't you come here? Like, it makes perfect sense. I love Jaylen Brown. I even during the Celtics series, if you remember, I talked about him. I love him. I know there's like the analytics thing, and hey, there's the draft picks and everything else. Listen, give me the 34-day process. I didn't lose a game on purpose, and I'm relevant, and I got a shot. Like I got a legitimate chance right now. Like that's the point. I didn't think the Knicks could beat San Antonio or OKC, and they did, and they showed you they did. Like again, with those three, you got such great athleticism, such great, the scoring ability. You have all that, and the beauty of this thing is they're relevant. Like I thought they were going to have to go to sleep for the next 7 years. I'm over the moon. Like I thought this was going to be a wasteland. Let me just enjoy Maxey and Edgecombe and see what happens. Maybe the kid, Phylon, blah, blah, blah. Like, I thought this was going to be a complete wasteland. They were a playing team, right? Like, they were. They were just a playing team. You got to deal with looking at Paul George every night, or every other night, or every third night. And now you got, like, you're legitimate. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. They're going to be a big-time ticket. And the East is nasty. You saw Josh Hart say that, how the East is wild. And it is. Like, Kawhi's in Toronto and Giannis in Miami. And all of a sudden, Jaylen Brown, we're the city of Jalen's. Jaylen Brown is here with Maxey, with Edgecombe. I'm just Mike Gansey. You're the Mancy. You are the man. That was that's the way to come in, man. 34 days under the cloak of darkness. He comes in. All the grand, like, think about this last 10 years of the Sixers, right? And all the grand plans, right? You go from Simmons, like, Magic Johnson, the whole thing, to like, Embiid going to get healthy. We're going to play Euro ball, right? And then all of a sudden, that didn't work. It ain't going to die. Oh, we got Jimmy Butler. Oh, all right, we're playing Butler ball. Yeah. No, then he leaves. Then you got Tobias. Oh, we're playing bully ball, right? Like Horford. All these guys have cycled through, and the failed Fultzes and Okafors and all that thing. And one GM from the Sam to Big Collars looking like Dracula to, the Eel and his craziness, and let's get the beard, and let's, we're going to go star hunting and all this nonsense. This dude comes in like nobody, and he just, boom, gets that deal. I don't care what anybody says. I do that deal every day of the week, and I'm still thinking it's a heist. I think it's a heist. I do. VG, this is the greatest.
Dude, I am so happy right now. We're at this beautiful stateside live, and we got you're on the giant board, and Julie's got a gaga for Gansey. Round off with his picture. It's good to have you back, buddy. It's good to have you back.
Well, I was like kind of gaga for Gansey.
Yeah, well, we
during
said
the draft. Like, I was like,
we're like, as soon as you heard him talk, you're like, this guy seems to know what he's doing here. He seems competent, feeling good about it. And this is what had happened, dude. I had to check like 5 times. I was like, is this the fake scams? There's no way this is true. There's no way this is true. How they said they were negotiating for a week. Word got out, nothing. There was no leaks, nothing.
No, and before with the Eel, like that stuff was filtered out and all that. Whatever. It was always like it was like a big show of nothing.
And this is a battle right now between the analytics heads and the old school hoop heads. And right now,
really,
yeah, dude.
I know. I heard. I kind of saw a little bit of the analytics.
He's a net negative rating offensively when he's on the court. I've heard all morning the Celtics were 36-10 the last 3 years without him. Bobby Marks, as a GM, said analytically, he's like the 7th best guy on the team. So take the analytics, and you know what to do with them. Throw out the window.
Listen,
this guy's a winner.
I'm sorry. I can't. I don't buy it.
I love the push off now. We all love the push off.
I know what I see. Like, I know what I see in him as a player. I do. I see it. Like, the analytics, I'm not telling you that none of it matters. Like, but look at the grand scope of that team. Like, he could score. Here's what he can do. He can score at will.
Mm-hmm.
He can carry you, and he can score. He can get to the bed. He scores all 3 levels. I'm sorry, man.
It gives you versatility. You can play the forward, play the guard.
Listen. I'm not. I respect the analytics as a part of the equation, but that's where it ends. And I see the fit. I can see it.
God bless analytics, because they don't value him like we do, and no one made a better offer, which is unbelievable.
Well, that's stunning to me. And
unbelievable.
And I am old school hoops guy. I am. I've always been an old school hoops guy, and I just believe in the ability to score the basketball, right? And using the fits around them. I just think this team fits. Look at that Celtics team. That Celtics team wasn't good. They weren't good defensively. Like VJ Edgecombe's a huge part of the equation.
Dude, everybody wrote the Celtics off. He carried them the whole season.
He did.
They're now, we were talking how they're the 4th or 5th worst team, and now they're the 3rd best odds to win the East on Bet Parks. Unbelievable. Fit Dad CEO with a $50 super chat. Play the bleeping non-copywritten song.
I love it, Fit Dad. I freaking love it. I love it, man. This is so much fun. And look, you guys, if it's all analytics, you want to cry, like, there is no path to relevancy. At least irrelevant. I got something to watch and enjoy.
Dude, and why wouldn't LeBron? LeBron said yesterday he wants a team with 2 scorers so he doesn't have to shoulder the burden. Here we go.
Exactly.
Check it out over here, buddy.
I mean, it's a perfect fit. And again, we're saying all this, and that means with Embiid completely on the other end. Like,
right.
Whatever you get from him is gravy. Like, that's what it is. Yeah, and you're going to tell me
with Hukporti, Dean Wade,
like that, and you know that Embiid's going to be like, wow, this is going to be fun.
Oh,
like he'll do whatever he can to stay on the floor.
Well,
I don't know if it'll work, but whatever.
He's not going to. He'd be embarrassed about taking load management 40 games a season off of LeBron this year.
Right? Like you get like seriously, you're a player for LeBron. Like LeBron would be a perfect fit here.
I can't even wrap my head around that.
VG, I'm like. I had a weird feeling about it. I told you I had a weird feeling about Gainesville. I'm like, I like this guy. I like him. I don't.
He doesn't seem like they slow played their hand with him. They should have had fanfare with this guy.
No, they were smart. You know why? Low expectations. Like,
right.
They already had the Colangelos come in, Hinkie. Yeah. The Eel, Daryl Morey. They're paying him $15 million a year.
Yeah.
Right. Buy him out of Houston. The whole thing. All the fanfare. You're better off, dude. Like just a hoop guy.
He's already getting anointed Howie 2.0 here.
Yes. Yeah, Howie Gansey.
He's been here a month.
34 days. 34 days.
And they still have $10 million to spend.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I cannot wait to talk to Kevin. Kevin the Gandhi's face last night was the greatest. It was unbelievable. Let's take a quick TO, all right? And we come back with Kev. And I can't wait to celebrate this stuff with our man, Kevin the Gandhi. He's coming up. First, a word from our friends. All right, let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook. Team USA. How about it, baby? USA. As USA Soccer wins, we got a date with Belgium on Monday. The Bet Park app has you covered. World Soccer Hub right here in the app with odds boost. Team and player props, you name it. They survived the red card last night, able to win it. Amazing. Right now, new customers get the $500 casino bonus back, plus 500 bonus spins on the new soccer theme online slot game. Go, collect them. Bet on your favorite teams. Everything you got right there on the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Terms and conditions, betparks.com. Got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan. Casino bonus must be wagered. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now let's talk about Xfinity, and the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. You want super intelligent Wi-Fi and the same price for 5 whole years? That's what you get with the Xfinity 5-year guarantee. Amazing. Like in my house, my little one's up playing. We were at the NBA show last night with Brown on the Sixers. The big one's playing another video game. My wife's doing something. I'm watching sports. But all my Wi-Fi works with incredible amazing coherence. It's the greatest. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. A lot changes in 5 years, but the price of your Wi-Fi should not change. All right. That's Xfinity and the 5-year price guarantee. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Hey, Jules, any way we get that lowered a little bit? Because, yeah. All right, let's. Do we got Kev? Here he is. The face on SportsCenter was priceless. Was absolutely priceless. The great Kevin Nagandi. What are you doing, Kev? Kevin.
How we doing, guys?
Dude, your face. In fact, Jules got a picture of it. We got a snapshot of it. Was the greatest. I wanted to go through the screen and hug you.
Well, listen. So the scenario was, I had seen Shams, in the hallway. We're about to do TV, and he was avoiding me. And so there's the picture. Yeah. So we the story breaks in a commercial. They're like, Jaylen Brown's getting traded, and my producers were like, we're not going to tell you over the ear. I'm going to text you. I'm like, all right, text me. And it happened right before we came out of commercial break. So I knew what the situation was. And you know why that smile was there? It's because I knew what the Sixers gave up. So we let Shams do what he did. It was, holy cow, we're going to get Jaylen Brown without giving up VJ Edgecombe. That was that's the first thing that went in my head. I was like, how the heck? And you unload Paul George, and you do still have VJ Edgecombe. And this is going to be so great for Tyrese Maxey.
I mean, Kev, I'm still perplexed by it. I thought you would have to give up something more to get rid of Paul George, let alone land Jaylen Brown.
I totally agree. For the Sixers to get rid of Paul George's contract, they would have had to attach a first-round pick. That was the discussions. Hey, you want us to take this contract over the next 2 years? We need a pick. So for the Sixers to be able to just say, all right, we'll throw an additional one, do not care about the twos. And the idea that you can get Jaylen Brown in return, this is going to help. You know how many nights this is going to help? This is going to help a November back-to-back. This is going to help a January, third week where Joel's out for 2 weeks and Tyrese is now hitting a wall. This is going to help somewhere in March where it's like, hey, I got to get my legs back. I want to run. I can't give us 30 tonight. Jaylen Brown's going to do it. That's what this does. It protects Tyrese Maxey, I think, more than anything else. And it gives him somebody to run with no matter what, that he could look to the side and say, I can count on you tonight. My three ain't dropping. You take over. That's it. This is what it does. It changes everything.
You're so right, brother. It's such a great fit. Again, if you think about Maxey, Edgecombe, and Brown, the athleticism, the ability to score the basketball, and we're not even counting whatever you get from Embiid, right?
Yeah.
Like that alone is, I just can't believe that someone couldn't beat that trade that Boston. I mean, anytime you deal with Boston, it's like dealing with the devil, right? And I'm like, what am I missing here? Am I missing? I know you give up the 2 first. All right. I get it. But you got out of a contract and you saved, you're so right about Maxey. You also saved his career here, because at what point does Tyrese Maxey go, we're a dead end, man? You got to get me out of here.
Yeah.
I need that chance to win. And
without question. And I'll add one other thing. I know there's a lot made about Brown and Tatum. They won a title together.
Right.
So this idea that Brown can't coexist, he can coexist with Tyrese Maxey.
Yes.
And at one point, somebody's like, well, how are they going to handle Embiid? I said, this is how it's going to go down. I said, this is how I see it. Somewhere in November, there's going to be an issue on who took the shot. How come the other guy didn't get the shot? That is Embiid and Jaylen Brown. Somewhere is going to happen like that. Then there's going to be a time where Joel's going to be away from the team because this is what we expect, right? Something like he's dinged up. Jaylen gets comfortable with Tyrese. Joel comes back somewhere late in the winter, early in the spring, understands that this is Maxey and Jaylen to help. And then it's like, hey, let them do their thing. I'll find my way through this. That's how this is all going to play out. This is all going to play out this way.
I think you're dead right about that, buddy. I think that's a great scenario. Let me throw one other thing in the mix. We were talking about it earlier, but the idea of LeBron, like if the Sixers said, like, listen, Tony Jones reported it, that they have, made overtures. But if you're LeBron, why wouldn't you choose Philadelphia? Like, if you look at what's out there, Golden State, old, like we talked about it, like the joke of Golden State. You got Cleveland. All right, the Sixers to come here and slot in between at the 4 spot with Maxey, Edgecombe, Brown, and Embiid. I mean, that's exactly what you need, right? You don't have to shoulder any scoring load. All you got to do is play your floor game and provide all the great intangibles that you bring.
And here's the thing. I don't think we're saying this as Sixers fans. We're saying this as basketball guys. It makes too much sense.
Yes.
How you line it up. But we also, for LeBron, I want to find basketball happiness. I've got everything now, but think about it. For LeBron, I felt like if LeBron wanted to win another title, you knock on the Spurs door and you're like, hey, I'll take you over the top. But now they've already got, who would have thought that Tobias Harris would be bumping LeBron from the conversation? Which, by the way, Tobias, the Kirk Cousins contracts of Hall of Fame. Like,
he's approaching $300 million.
It's amazing.
$330 million after this deal. So,
unbelievable.
Hey, more power to him. I love that for him, right?
You were talking about the biggest scam of a virus since COVID.
And his dad's
Tobias Harris.
His dad's his agent.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
But somebody keeps paying him. It's not his fault. Somebody keeps paying him. So I will say it like this. Now, if you look at some of the other layers here, there's only one place where he's adored at all times, no matter what. It wasn't LA because he wasn't Kobe.
Right.
It wasn't Miami because he wasn't D Wade. It's always going to be Cleveland.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
They adore him. And, getting back home, all that stuff plays a different role. If New York didn't win, I would have said go to the Knicks. It makes perfect sense.
Right.
You'll be crowned forever, no matter what. Right. Now the Knicks already won a title. So I think it makes so much more sense if you're trying to get another title to go to Philly or even Miami. I really believe that just because the way that team is set up, they would have to find a guard, but the way that team is set up, they could have a shot. The Golden State thing is just, hey, man, you get to play with Steph. That's pretty awesome, like we saw in the Olympics.
Yeah, they want to do
but
the
we all know second round, man, you're playing guards that are going to run you. Holy cow. Good luck.
Right.
Good luck.
Exactly. Good luck.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, Gainsey's got a relationship with him, right? Like, we all saw that picture that was circulating.
Yeah.
And
which his brother posted.
Right. Like, we saw that. Like, there is a lot. And by the way, LeBron would love Tyrese. Like, you want to talk about a joy to play with?
Yeah.
Like, and here's the thing. Like, hey, LeBron, we haven't won here since 1983. Now that the Knicks have won, the next biggest market with a drought is ours, right? Like 1983 is a long time ago, dude.
Yeah.
This used to be basketball royalty with Doc and Moses and the whole thing. And it hasn't been that way for a long, long time.
Yep.
What better way to come here on the, LeBron, the city, 250 years celebrating America. Come here, baby.
It would be wild. But
do you guys
if
think the market is a little too much for him stress-wise? Do you think he would consider that?
Nah.
Like playing Philly?
I don't think that'd be the issue.
I don't think. Yeah.
LeBron is bigger than all of that. Like, I don't think the market has anything to do with it. I think it's like, hey, man, I want to go somewhere where I could be appreciated on the final tour.
Yes.
And I think that's why Cleveland checks every single box. Now, it could change. It could surprise us.
Yeah.
You know, like there could be another team that's lurking that no one knows. Could be Miami. But I would be thrilled because it makes basketball sense.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm not holding my breath.
So, but all right. So let's put LeBron to the side for a second, and let's look at what Gansey's done. Right, like the Dean Wade. When you have Brown and you add Dean Wade is perfect because Dean Wade plays defense. Right,
He does all the small things, Ant. Like you said,
Right.
Yes, all the small
rebounds.
things.
Right,
Yes.
like that's it. Can defend all three positions, and then even Hukporti is like an athletic big that you don't have the plotting Drummond behind the beat, right? So like again, you got to collect guys that are just going to rebound, play defense,
and Ant that can run.
Yes, yes,
That can run.
Yes.
Like you said with Drummond. I actually thought Drummond has done an incredible job with the role and the position, rebounding machine when he's on the floor. You can run. That's what the whole. Let's run with the two boys, VJ and Tyrese. Let's just run. Jaylen can run. Let's just run. I love all of that. I don't think Gansey's done. Now, that's not inside information. That's
Right.
just I don't think Gansey's done.
I
And
agree.
think
I mean, you got one spot. You got we got like $10 million
yeah.
to spend.
I mean, we
So-
didn't expect this to happen. Is there any way he can move Embiid?
I don't think they're going to do that.
No.
No.
So if that's the case, who would be the buyer? That's where we got to look at it. Like who would say?
So my buddy Vinny said this. So I'll run this by you. Like if LeBron chose Cleveland to return to Cleveland, does Cleveland, because they don't care about, Gilbert's very wealthy and will pay anything. Do they make a play for Embiid and then you get Jared Allen?
No, because then what are you going to do with Evan Mobley? The spacing there would be a disaster. And
Yeah.
you think Mobley's the guy that's going to be the face of your next, mid-20s. We're paying him. We're committed to running. I don't think. Now, I say that
I
we're
don't think
committed
so.
to
But
running.
if LeBron went there, I don't know. I mean, probably not. I don't think they're moving him. Like I don't.
I would kick the door down on seeing if Sacramento wants him. Sabonis, like finding a team that's like, hey, we need something and somebody that's just going to give us some type of juice. But I don't think you're going to have a lot of that, man.
No, I don't think so either.
Who would want him?
Right.
And
I mean, I thought that
the
about
big question mark.
Paul George, though. I thought who would want him?
Well, it's completely fair on that. But we also gave two first round picks. Like we attached him. So we would have to attach, find the numbers. There's a lot of layers to all of that.
Yeah.
I just don't see a team that's on the cusp would be like, why? Now, again, if the Knicks didn't win, I could see the Knicks knocking on the door.
Right.
They don't need to do that anymore.
They were enamored by him, but no, I agree with you. I don't see it. I don't see a team out there. Again, we didn't see to VG's point, but I don't see that. I agree with you. Let's get into something I'm curious. I'm going to pick your brain about because you're a great hoop guy. There is a little bit of divide here among the fan base, particularly among those who believe more in the analytics of it, and they view Jaylen Brown as not an analytic because he's not an analytics darling. I think he's an elite ball player, man. He's an elite scorer, the whole thing. And I'm not subscribing to the analytics thing. I'm going to pick your brain about that.
So if Jason Tatum doesn't return this spring, Jaylen Brown would have been top 3 in the MVP. He finished 6th. I think Jaylen, because the Celtics looked at this past year as a gap year. And then Brown basically carried them. Now, He doesn't play. He's not a defensive guy. Some questions about his passing, 5 assists per game. Okay, so I'm just going to put it like this. The role that he has on this team is, hey, get buckets. We need buckets. We need to score points more than anything else. I tell the analytics people the role that the Sixers need was Tyrese Maxey needs offensive help. So you could have all these numbers everywhere and all that stuff. You're going to hear a ton of narratives just because of what Boston got back to make Celtics fans feel good. So the fire is not on Brad Stevens. Now, you're paying him like a top 10 player. If he's a top 25 to 30 player, that's still fantastic, considering where the Sixers were and what they needed. So I would tell the analytics people, hey, back off right now, because when you look at what the Sixers needed, big picture-wise, to help Tyrese Maxey, not just in year one, but down the road with his career, this was a move you had to make. Because if you didn't, you're stuck with the unknown with Paul George and that contract for at least another year and a half.
Yes.
And who knows with the draft, man? You don't know. I don't care about the second round picks. Like, you don't know. So to me, for the analytics, I think there's a certain narrative that's out there to soften the blow, like on what the Celtics got back in return. But you can't argue when you watch that team. He was the MVP of the NBA Finals, and he carried that team throughout last year when they didn't have Jason Tatum.
You're spot on, brother. Like, again, I think what the analytics are missing, the analytics people that don't like the trade, is this: that it was going to take you so long to rebuild this thing, right? Like, you would have to get through the contracts of Embiid and George.
Yep.
To get to the other side, at which point Maxey's 4 years down the road, right? Like,
yes.
And and you're looking to draft guys, right? Like, I don't know if they're going to pan out. Like, the whole thing. To your point, like, you gain relevancy. You're
without
you're
question.
in the mix.
And every night you got a guy that could drop 30.
Yeah,
you added a guy on your team
now.
That is durable, that plays all the time, and let me tell you. That dude's got the biggest chip on his shoulder. If you don't think that last year where the Celtics thought, hey, maybe we take a step back, and Jaylen Brown's like, I'm going to prove to everybody that I am the man without Jason Tatum. Then he goes off and has an incredible year. You don't think he's furious right now that the Celtics said, hey, we'll get the best offer. Let's just move him. That chip on his shoulder, man. Listen, whether it's 1 year or 2 years, he's going to have a massive chip on his shoulder to the Sixers' benefit. It just changes the entire DNA of the team where Tyrese goes, I got a guy now. I got a guy that I know every night is with me on the floor. VJ's as well, coming into his own. But I know no matter what, when I show up at the stadium tonight, when Nick Nurse puts the lineup out, I got a dude. That is huge mentally, man. Huge.
I got a dude.
Hey, do you guys think Paul George's performance during the playoffs had anything? Because he actually looked good against the Celtics.
He did.
Do you think that stuck in their head? And then also, I didn't know that Jaylen Brown takes the most 2-pointers in basketball and has. And we've been saying, where's the mid-range?
Right.
So that doesn't really play into their system because they're all about chucking the threes. Do you think those two things had increased the value of Paul George and maybe diminished the value of Jaylen Brown for them?
I think that's a great question, VG. Paul George was fantastic in that series. Mm-hmm. He was fantastic. Some may say that Paul George outplayed Jaylen Brown in that series. And if you look, especially the last 3 games, yes, one thing that Paul George does that fits specifically the Celtic, he takes threes. He's not afraid to take threes, right? And he's a matchup nightmare. He could be long. Remember, we got Paul George to defend against the Tatums, the Browns, and the Knicks' length. So as a result, they think if we can get Paul George to play 60 games and shoot threes and potentially get in a series against the Knicks, we have a guy that could defend Bridges and OG and has the length. And we could deal with the contract for a year. But hey, here's the one thing that we talked about. What do you know for sure every night? You know Jaylen Brown's going to play. What do we not know every night? Is Paul George going to play? Dependability, availability.
Age, like it goes on and on, and I just think there's just firepower. Like you're coming into it with so much firepower with Maxey, Brown, and Edgecombe. Like that's the thing that's going to be dynamic. You're going to play fast, and you're going to play downhill.
Yep, and then let's not forget Philon too.
Right.
Speed and a shot creator. Philon will create his shots. That's the thing. He doesn't need things set up for him. I'll find a way.
Kev, and he's actually a lead guard. He can actually play lead guard. Like that's a huge thing off the bench. Like you don't have to go sign campaign off, off the scrap heap, right? Like you don't have to deal with Grimes. Like Grimes and Oubre leaving is mercifully. I mean, because I've always thought they were players that put up numbers on bad teams. Like there's guys like that, and they don't have that winning DNA.
And the Lakers contract to him, I was like, what?
Horrible.
What?
Yeah.
And to when they signed Wade over Oubre, my first thought was you're going to lose some offense here. And then guess what? You got Jaylen Brown with the offense.
Right. That was part of it. I mean, that was great. Like when you see that piece of the plan come to fruition, you go,
it
wow,
makes
man.
so much sense. It's like,
yes.
this now makes sense. We fill in that gap. Yep.
Dude, this Gansey, I mean, it's I was kind of smitten after the Philon pick, right? I was like, a really good pick, man. I like him. I like his attitude. I like where his head's at, the whole thing. And what he's done in 34 days he's been here. I mean, it's unreal.
He's a basketball guy. First real GM job. He's got something to prove. Boy, the first few 7 weeks or 5 weeks have been fantastic. So
34 days, buddy. That's all it's been. It's the fastest process in history, and he didn't lose a single game on purpose.
Well, he talked about at his conference, we need people who fountains, not drains, people who had energy. He wanted identity, some intensity. And like his Hukporti and the way he's signing, they're kind of like the energy guys. They're a culture, like and do the dirty work while he adds a 30 points a game score. It's unbelievable.
And VG and Ant, one thing he's done is added some juice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like at one point before his hiring, there was a lot of, because of the flexibility, lack of, we're going to really run it back. No, they're not going to run it back. They got juice. That's what you want. The fan base has been dying for some juice.
Oh, I was resigned that, this is their playing team.
He was out. He told us he was out. He was done with them.
Like that. This is what it's going to be. This is going to be. Like they're just going to be a playing team. You got to work through these contracts. I did not think Paul George was movable like this. There's no way in the world. Let's go. Let's look at the East, Kev.
Yeah.
And kind of take a big snapshot.
Ooh.
So, I mean, Josh Hart said it. The East is wild, man. It's just incredible.
It's better than the West, and right now it's better than the West.
Deeper.
The West is top heavy, of course, with the Spurs and OKC. But holy cow, the East has changed so much. I mean, let's go. Let's do the exercise. I'm here to listen.
All right, let's start the champs. You got the Knicks, right? So we'll see. Obviously, it's going to be hard for them to repeat. Then you throw in. We'll start with because it's always it's wild, right? So you got Detroit. What do you look at Detroit?
One seed. That was the one seed, and we still don't know what's going to happen with Duren. Like the idea that Walker Kessler got 4 years, 130, and the Lakers gave up all of that, and Jalen Duren is still looking like it's mind-boggling.
I mean, it's wild. Jalen's working out over here, by the way.
Yeah, Temple. We were talking about that last week.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
The unknown with the Pistons. Let's not forget. I think everybody's forgotten about the Pacers. Halliburton's coming back healthy.
Miami with Giannis.
They got to find a guard, which I'm sure they will. The Hawks.
Toronto
the
with
Hawks,
Kawhi.
Toronto with Kawhi. The Hawks can run. Like, I think Jalen Johnson is really, really good.
He's a great player. Yeah, he is a really good player. How about you know what's funny? Like I look at Charlotte. I love what Charlotte did. I thought it was a great move.
It's like Charlotte has hit on so many things the last 2 years of understanding who they are and remaking kind of the DNA and core, and for them to unload LaMelo, like that was a fantastic idea by them. They're the type of team that could be like a 7-8 or a 6, and you're like, whoa, hey, this is not going to be easy for the 3 seed. They're
right.
the type of team that
right.
they will drive you. And who knows about Cleveland? Because we don't know about Harden. We don't know about LeBron. Like, I think Mobley is ready to take the next step. They don't want to have I think they want to move Jared Allen. So, like, we don't know. There's the unknown about Cleveland. They could be a tough out. Like,
you're right. Cleveland's could be nasty. You got whatever Boston gives you with Tatum coming back. You got
Mitchell
Orlando.
Robinson. Yep, with Mitchell Robinson and White. Like, we have no idea. And listen, Boston's smart, man. Like Conley having him age, of course, but Paul George could have a resurgence. We don't know.
Right. I mean, you got Orlando. They're not horrible.
I just can't even believe that this is happening today. I'm looking at BetPark's odds to win the championship, and the Sixers have the 5th best odds from where we were just yesterday morning.
Yeah, I think I saw it before the trade. It was 60-1 to now 20-1.
Yes.
Wow.
That's insane.
Wow.
And to win the East, they got the 3rd best odds. Knicks 3 plus 300, Celtics plus 400, Sixers plus 700.
I mean, I don't know. I think the Sixers are better than the Celtics. What am I?
This is nuts, dude.
Well, I think it's important by saying I think the Sixers are better than the Celtics if Joel is healthy.
Yeah.
I think we need to see how the bench plays out too.
Yeah.
You need, like, Joel played a critical role in that 3 games where they had a run. Like, you need Joel on the floor.
Yeah.
You do.
I just don't want to have to rely. I mean, obviously you are going to rely on him. You're going to need him just because your front court is so thin. But you don't need him. The beauty of where he's at now is you don't need him to score. You don't need him to dominate the basketball.
Absolutely.
He needs to be what he needs to be is the ultimate role player, right? The ultimate rebound, rim protect. Don't bog the offense down, right?
And what he needs to be is, hey, I'm going to stay in the post. Give me the isolation, and give you what he needs to do. And I don't know if he needs to work on some Hakeem steps.
Yeah,
give me the ball down low.
Yeah.
I'm going to back down, turn around.
Yeah, he
has such a nice touch.
Yeah,
and they cannot just give him the ball and everybody sits there and stares. It just can't.
Well, I mean, when you look at the spacing, right? Like, think about the spacing for a second. And again, we're going to have to say he's healthy. But if you think about the spacing between Maxey, Brown, and Edgecombe, the spacing is amazing. Like,
it's what we've been dying to have, right?
Exactly.
For years.
Exactly. Like, you got scoring, like, everywhere. And then there's just not a lot of bigs that can guard him when he is healthy. So, like, you get him in the mid post. Just run post to post, man. Mid post to mid post. And
yes.
I mean, wow. Like, he should be able to eat whatever he wants.
That's what we want. We got juice.
Juice, baby, juice.
With the signings, you can transition him to, like, the Bill Walton we talked about, coming off the bench, 6th man, giving you 25 minutes. Will he deal with that mentally? I don't know, but I think that's ideal for him to keep him healthy for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you can keep the numbers under 30 minutes,
Yeah,
and he can give you 18 to 20 points, because he can do that. There's no doubt. I think it would be a godsend for where this team could be.
Yeah.
this is wild.
It is wild. Do
I feel
you
like I've taken the
remember,
gummy this morning.
I don't remember a trade of this magnitude that came out of the blue. Like before the Sixers got Moses when we were real little kids,
Yeah.
they were talking about it. It happened like weirdly, like in August. Like I don't remember a trade in any sport that of this magnitude that came out of nowhere that blew you away.
I'll talk about one transaction, and it's not a trade. It's when Bryce signed with the Phillies, where it was like, what? Wait, he's signing with us? Like, if we're talking about Philadelphia, right? Or the McNabb trade to Washington, where it was like, oh, we're moving him? But, like, that was a surprise, I think. That was on Easter night, I remember. I can't recall anything where, because you would hear rumors. We didn't hear any rumors at all. Like none.
Right.
None.
No.
And with the rival.
Right. I mean, that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I like, because Kev, you were up there with Shams, like, so, but I think I speak for most of the area. When the news broke, no one believed it. I thought I was looking at like a bogus account. I was like, this can't be happening. Everyone was like, is this for real? This for real? It's just unbelievable.
I would have probably done the same thing, except I was with Shams right there.
Right. Yeah.
What did he say to you? I feel like, what's the conversation? Hey, your boy's got Brown, and you're like, what?
No. So Shams was on his phone. So in the A block of the show, I actually asked him a Jaylen Brown question, and I specifically looked at the camera and I said, he's looking at his phone. He's working on something big right now. If that were to happen, you don't even need to answer my question about Jaylen Brown. You could say whatever you want, right? And the way he like was holding on, I was like, there's something happening. So he gets off the set. Then in the commercial break, we got to trade. Shams is coming back. Jaylen Brown's being traded. And now we're still 2 minutes before we're on the air. And my producer goes, I'm not going to tell you in your ear.
Huh.
And I was like, Jaylen Brown got traded. He's like, I'm not going to tell you in your ear. I said, okay. And Shams is walking out. And then my researcher comes out and he's like, he's going to the Sixers. And I was like, wait, what? And like, and now we're a minute away. And I look at Shams. I'm like, so who did they give up? And then when he said Paul George and picks, I honestly was like, VJ's not included. And he's like, VJ's not included. So I also want to tell you this, guys. I got to do a national radio hit in like 6 minutes, so I got to wrap up. But I do want to say this. I'm not kidding. Yesterday during the day, I heard something, and I immediately dismissed it. It had Shams was not involved. I heard something yesterday during the day where it was said to me, Paul George and picks, keep an eye on that. And I said, absolutely not. I'm dismissing that. There's no way in reality that will ever happen. And they were like, I'm just letting you know, Paul George and picks. And I said, there's no way.
God.
There's no way Boston would do that. So while it actually happened in real time, and I'm processing that they didn't get rid of VJ, I'm like, holy crap, the person who told me, holy crap. So there was a lot of things, and I'm doing this in real time. And Shams deserves to break the news. So
Right.
I'm setting it all up, knowing that I'm sitting on this. And that's why you got the look from me, where it was just like, just give it to us, because the city's going to love it.
It's fabulous. Oh, my God. That's so great. Brother, you're the greatest. It's so great to share this with you, man. And by the way, next week, we got to get back to the fights because they beat up Skis last night, only 2.5 back.
I lost you guys. I don't know if you can hear me, but my connection's getting out.
All right. We love you, buddy. Thanks, pal. There he is, the great Kevin the Gandhi. ESPN ABC reacting to the huge trade, the seismic trade that shook Philadelphia last night. I had let's take a quick TO and we'll come right back because I can tell you, I had a summer basketball game last night.
Right.
And the whole gym was just going bananas. It was nuts, right? Like I was like, wow, all nights. First, for a word from our friends.
This is the event you've been waiting for. Ashley's 250 Hours of Savings Stars and Stripes event, and it's happening now through July 5th. Right now, you can save up to 20% on all furniture or take advantage of 60 months no-interest financing. Plus, don't miss the $250 Doorbuster flash deals, special July 4th giveaways, and limited time savings throughout the event. If you've been thinking about updating your home, now's the time. Find unbeatable values on the styles you love at Ashley's 250 Hours of Savings event. Visit your nearest Ashley store or head to homestores.store to learn more.
For the past 30 years, Golden Nugget Jewelers has operated out of the very same location in the heart of Philadelphia. Customers from across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even Baltimore, New York City have come to Golden Nugget Jewelers to find that perfect engagement ring, wedding band, or gift. Their staff is highly trained and dedicated to providing a personalized experience. I've gone there a couple of times. I had to replace a diamond in a ring. I had to get a necklace. They're not pushy. The staff is super informative. It's just a great shopping experience. They have a vast selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, along with high-end watches, fashion jewelry, sparkling diamond necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and everything else you could think of. You receive a final cleaning and written appraisal with every engagement ring purchase. And Golden Nugget Jewelers, they're family-owned. They've been operating since 1987, right there on Chestnut Street at 8th in downtown Philadelphia. You deserve an expert, and you deserve the best price. Golden Nugget Jeweler, where Philly gets engaged. Visit goldennuggetjewelry.com.
This is the event you've been waiting for. Ashley's 250 Hours of Savings Stars and Stripes event, and it's happening now through July 5th. Right now, you can save up to 20% on all furniture or take advantage of 60 months no-interest financing. Plus, don't miss the $250 Doorbuster flash deals, special July 4th giveaways, and limited time savings throughout the event. If you've been thinking about updating your home, now's the time. Find unbeatable values on the styles you love at Ashley's 250 Hours of Savings event. Visit your nearest Ashley store or head to homestores.store to learn more.
All right, welcome back live at Stateside. Look at this. We got Dave Phillies in the heat. The Phillies are as hot as the weather. The Fightins, they just smashed Skeens last night.
They got his number.
Own Skeens.
He got his number.
The Bats are going to get Sanchez the Cy Young, baby. I love it. Last night, 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs against the Skeens. How about it? Trey Turner is on fire. Brandon Marsh continues to rake yet another home run for Brandon Marsh. Are you kidding me?
Listen to these. They put this graphic up during the game. Since the Phillies beat up Skeens with 5 earned runs on May 17th, since that game, he's 0-5. His ERA is 4.40. His whip's 1.3, and the opposing average is 266. Before that, people were hitting 145 off him.
That's amazing.
They broke him.
They broke
him on May
man.
17th.
That's unreal. We have reached July, and Brandon Marsh has 15 home runs.
He's going to get tested.
15 home runs.
Hey, man, your boy, Alec Boehm's in double digits too, isn't he?
The 10th.
Yeah, here we go.
He's on his pace for his 17.
17, I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
He's usually an 11 or 12 guy.
Yeah.
If he's 17, I'm
mean,
good.
I'm not going to parade for 17 home runs, but Brandon Marsh, I am. Brandon Marsh has just been unbelievable.
And Trey's been locked in.
Turner, like that's an engine, right? Like you get Turner locked in like that. That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge deal.
So what do you think about the, did you see Zach was upset yesterday, Wheeler, about getting pulled?
Yeah.
He's not happy.
Yeah.
The first time in 2 years he hasn't completed 5 innings. And Jimmy Stakes was asking him afterwards, like, well, how are you? He's like, I'm mad. Have you talked to Don? No. Will you? I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to say, You're up 8-3. He's got 2 outs. I know he's got 104 pitches. If the guy wants to stay in, it's Zach Wheeler. Let him finish.
Get the win.
Yeah.
He deserves the win.
Let him, yeah.
He just needs 1 out.
Right.
He needs 1 out.
Right.
Get the win. Like, forget the 104 pitch.
Jake
like,
Magnum's coming up. Let him go pitch to Jake Magnum.
Right. So he finishes with 111 or 110, like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm with you. I thought the same thing.
And he's been good letting the pitchers go longer, way longer than Topper.
Oh, yeah. That was Topper. He would have been out.
Oh, yeah.
No, I thought the same thing, and I don't blame Wheeler. Like, you know, listen, certain guys deserve to kind of call their shots. They know their body, right?
Yeah.
Not a history of arm issues for him.
No.
Like, that's a guy that you gotta acquiesce to.
Totally agree.
So what's the going on in the chat?
I don't know. Chat's upset. There's Embiid talk, and we got someone I think's trolling people. Fit Dad's hitting them. There's some infighting with Fit Dad and our buddy Vinny. It's
why is
I can't keep up with it. It's a lot going on. Jamie's in there. Vince and Jamie going
There's
at
another super chat too.
Oh, we got another super chat. Ah, here we go. Stevie G for $1.99. Philly and Boston switched their Diva Browns. AJ for Jaylen. I like it.
The Diva Browns. That's great.
Hey, man. Both Divas won championships, so I'm good with it.
Yeah.
They've added 2 guys now in the locker room who've won championships.
I mean,
Can't see.
I don't know, dude. I go.
Hey, can we play this montage of people? I think it's very funny of people.
Let's do it. I like
the
like
montage. It's in Slack. Yeah, it's good because the Boston people and the talking heads.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I'd like to see that stuff.
Then I got our friend Stuff. Stuff is so fired up at the end of this. He made me want to dance.
Listen, I mean, like in the end, they got a legitimate all-star top 5 scorer in the league,
right? For Paul George, some ones, but
like again,
they still don't. They have the better of the. They have the better of the Clippers.
They have the Clippers pick. Yeah. So you keep the Clippers pick, but you got to get the whatever the cheers. Right. Like again, you're relevant. You're in. You're in the mix.
I can't believe it.
All right, let's play this great montage VG put together.
Jaylen Brown traded to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. Let me begin right here. I hate it. I hate it with a freaking passion.
I had a commercial break to sort of collect myself, and I hate this. I hate this. I can't believe how bad this is. This is worse than the Luka Doncic trade.
I can't believe that this is the best Boston could do. Like I just am blown away by what is the NBA thinking? What are they thinking?
This is unbelievable. I don't know what Brad Stevens and the Boston Celtics are thinking.
Yeah.
Who trades their finals MVP in the heart of their prime to the rival that just eliminated you from the playoffs? I mean, this is just a massive, massive loss for the Boston Celtics.
If Joel Embiid can just stay healthy, if VJ Edgecombe grows in his second season, Tyrese Maxey obviously has also grown into an All-NBA player, they could win the East. They're a genuine championship contender. And the price they paid for this was laughable.
First of all, this is a sad day for the Boston Celtics. And as a former Celtic, I do not approve of this trade. Paul George hasn't been consistently good since I was skinny. The way I see it, he just basically handed the Philadelphia 76ers a trip to the NBA Finals next year.
If this is true, Jaylen Brown to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George, this might be the deal of a lifetime. This will go down as one of the greatest trades in Philadelphia history. Jaylen Brown! Let's go! Clap your hands, everybody. You Paul George, Jaylen Brown, 76ers.
So that's what's going on out there.
Yes. That's fabulous. They are a contender. Like, you're a contender. Like, what are we missing? Why are we like? What? Why would there be any kind of arguing?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it all goes around Embiid. Is he movable? He's not
Whatever.
movable.
At this point, I don't think he's movable. But I don't know. I mean, I didn't expect Paul George to go. But in the end, if he's around, they're a contender. They are.
I think they're a contender with or without him.
So do I. Yeah. I think with them, hey, look,
they're legit.
They're again. You're not counting on him. I know you need bigs, you need a little bit more of a front court. I understand that piece of it, and I'm not telling you this is guaranteed a parade or anything. But they just got relevant, and you got Brown and Maxey for the next 3 years together. Edgecombe, you got the three of them for the next 3 years. That gives you some chances to kind of tweak the roster and actually make something up.
They're all
see where you're at.
They're all 30 and under.
What's that's the point. I don't know why you wouldn't be happy. Because the alternative, when I keep going back to the alternative is you were just waiting for picks and hoping.
Right. We're going to wait for 4 or 5 years, we thought. And the reality was, Maxey would have been here, signed a Supermax, and then demanded out the day after he signs a Supermax here. So now he's got a reason to stay. They're legit.
Yes. I'm we got a season. What all these years, how I am. There's not a bigger sports fan on the planet. I love it's my world. I love it. And the most important thing to me is to have a season of relevance. Whether that relevance is you're chasing the title or you're building toward chasing a title, right? There's degrees of that kind of relevance. They went from being irrelevant,
stuck in playing land
until 2030.
Yes,
I was joking about it yesterday. They were 2030, that's what it's going to be. To now, all of a sudden, you're in the mix.
Yeah, you're like a favorite.
What did you say? They're 5?
5 in the NBA for the championship, 3rd in the East.
Right, Spurs, OKC, and then you got who are the other 3?
You got hold on, got to refresh for a second.
On the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app.
So we're looking at NBA championship odds. You got Thunder, Spurs. They're basically tied.
Yeah.
Knicks, Celtics, Sixers.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a world where I could tell you the Sixers beat the Celtics and beat the Knicks.
And if our man LeBron comes here,
exactly.
They may be the odds-on favorite.
All bets are off.
All bets are on.
Yes. All right. Let's take a quick TO, right? And then come back with Devon, because I can't wait to talk to our man, Devon Givens, about what transpired yesterday. We've been doing this a long time, Devon and I. And it's great to be back. It just is. First, a word from our friends. Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app. How about USA? The World Soccer Hub is there. We were just talking about it with the NBA championship odds. But you got USA Belgium. How do you think about that? USA survives the red card last night.
They did.
To their star. Which, by the way, that was weak.
And that's the thing. He misses the next game. That's going to be a tough one without him.
No Balogun without
the red card. You suspended the next game as well.
Yeah, I hate that.
Brutal.
That is brutal. But the World Soccer Hub is there. You can bet on all the games. Do you have any plays later today?
Yeah, Spain, Austria. Let's go under 3.5 goals. Both teams to score no. Plus 152.
There you go. There it is on the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app. Check it all out. The new customers get 500 spins on the soccer game. Go. Collect them. Plus up to $5 casino bonus back. BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know it's officially summer when Hoagie Fest comes back to Wawa. I got to ask you, what's your Wawa order? Mine, I'm going classic Italian. I love my Wawa hoagies. Hoagie Fest is back this year, bringing even more value to the table. Right now, you get a shorty hoagie, wrap, or chicken sandwich, plus a bag of Hers chips and a small fountain drink for $6. You're extra hungry? It's only $8 for a classic meal. Whether you're grabbing lunch between meetings, fueling up before a game, or making a quick stop on a summer road trip, it's an easy, delicious meal at a great price. I love it. We stop on the way to baseball. Hoagie Fest, fuel up after, between games. Big flavor, great value, same Hoagie Fest energy we all know and love. But it's only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. Gotta have Wawa.
Devon Givens, NBA. 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 Devon. There he is, the great Devon Givens. The big takeaway, Jules, that's right, the big takeaway after the blockbuster trade that shook Philadelphia last night. Brother, I'm pitching. Is it real? Is it real? Did that really happen?
Took a while for me to settle down last night. Also, we did an emergency pod, and we normally do about 15, 20 minutes. We went a full hour on an emergency pod last night, and just couldn't settle down after that, because then it's the texts and phone calls of how did this come together? What's going on? Trying to give information. And then and also, just to say this before we really get started, is, man, I love seeing Kendrick Perkins react the way that he did. Can't stand him. There was another media member in there a little bit earlier that I was thrilled to see react the way that they did. So that stuff is fun, man. But no, really, what a move. I didn't see it coming at all. Sure, we've talked about it in passing during the show because he was such a big name that was out there, unknown of what Mike Gansey in the front office is doing. And to pull this move off, man, it was crazy. I was talking to another a friend of mine that's a coach, and he was like, this might be the biggest Sixers trade in their lifetime. You know what I mean? So that's where we are right now, where people all the way back in and just reflecting on their Sixers fandom their entire lives, and how much this was just jumps over everything else. So it was just crazy, just crazy to see something like that go down and to put them right back in the Eastern Conference conversation.
Yeah, I do. I think about, the madness that's been the last decade, right? You go from Ben Simmons being Magic Johnson to like the Ben and Embiid, and then Jimmy Butler. We're playing Butler ball. No. We got Tobias Harris is staying. We're playing bully ball with Horford. No. We're going to get James Harden. No. It's one like pivot after another pivot with all kinds of crazy madness and characters and big collars and slovenly intellectuals. Like, all this stuff has happened. And like in 34 days, Mike Gansey just turned the whole thing around.
Yeah, he did. He did. And so you look at it and you get off of Paul George's contract, which we've talked about a lot. Could it be Paul George's contract? Could it be Embiid's contract? Will anybody take either one of them? And I think we all settled on Paul George is the likely one, that if it did happen, it would be Paul George. And if it didn't happen this summer or at the start of the season, it would happen maybe at the trade deadline, where you see a little bit more of a sample size of what he has going into the season, about 40 games in. But to pull this one off and then get this player, a player that, as you guys have already talked about, top 10, making second team all NBA, finished top 6 in MVP voting after last season. The player that has been an MVP in the finals, and what we saw him do in dragging that team with Jason Tatum down, and us all talking about the Celtics are going to be they have a pedigree. They have a championship pedigree, so they're going to be competitive. They're going to be ready to play every night. Joe Mazzulla is a really good coach, and Jaylen Brown is a fantastic player, superstar level player, that they're going to be good. They're still going to be in the mix, but they won't be a contender. He turned them into a 52-win team that was right there in the mix for the number 1 seed, certainly that number 2 seed where they landed, and a threat even when Jason Tatum came back. He was a big, huge, he was the main part of that. Yes, you had great seasons from others that were helping out, but he was the main part of that. And now you bring him here to Philadelphia to team up with Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and Joel Embiid. You add Dean Wade, and suddenly things look so much more promising for this basketball team. So unbelievable move from Mike Gansey. Much credit to them for doing that. As we were on the pod, you give credit to Kyle for saying this, the guts and the stones that Mike Gansey had to make a move like this is absolutely right to be able to pull this off.
Yeah, the guts and the stones.
Do you guys remember a GM, a first move like this?
Well, again, not this big. And I did say this. Don't laugh. I mean, you mentioned Jimmy Butler. Elton Brand immediately brings in Jimmy Butler. That was a big deal at the time, right? For what was going on in Minnesota.
Yes.
Tobias Harris, he did that in trying to stack that starting 5 up of what it was that was on the cover of Sports Illustrated that year, because we all thought that they were going to be able to advance past the second round, get to the Eastern Conference Finals, maybe even the NBA Finals. So I will say Brand did that. But this is...
And that was Elton, and that was... and Brett, remember that was all part of the same. That happened post Collars.
Yes, and that happened as the season started. That was in November, if I remember correctly, where they pulled the Minnesota deal.
They also made the McHale trade.
Yes, yeah, yep. I'll leave that one to you.
Yeah, well, that's why you know that whole thing, but. To come in, and I'm trying to think of any sport where you have a trade. I mean, what do you want to call Jaylen Brown? A top 10 player in the league?
Top 10. Yeah, he's top 10. You finished top 10 in the league in the all NBA voting.
Top
you're top
5
10.
scorer. You know, the guy could fill it. Like, that's the one thing the guy could do. To land a player like that from your rival, I just don't remember anything remotely close to it. And fill like across different sports.
Nah, I don't. No, I don't. Even with like the Dallas Cowboys coming to town, they were already. I mean, Murray was a big deal at that point, but not like this. When they signed DeMarco Murray, I can't think of anybody else in their prime that joins their rival the way that this one is. And I mean, just look at what it does, man. Really, I mean, puts them in the conversation, and they still have work to do to fill out this roster for some depth and all. But it elevates them. What we were talking about on the show, where were they? And we had people in the chat. They're 8-9 seed or maybe a 9-10 seed because of everyone else around them is getting better. But here they are. Yeah, and here they are now. They got better off of one move where people also like what they didn't have to give up. They didn't have to give up a VJ Edgecombe. They didn't have to give up a number of picks. Yes, they gave up 2 firsts and 2 seconds, but you feel good about it because of the player that you get in at 29 years of age that are going. He's in his prime. He's going to be running mates with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe while they're still one in their prime. The other has yet to reach their prime, and Joel Embiid on the back end of his contract. Those align. So having all of that. And looking at the Eastern Conference where the parity is where it is, and the Knicks are the NBA champions, of course, they're going to you have to respect what they have, and then you look at the others and say, where do we land with everyone else? Can you compete? And I said this yesterday on the pod, on the emergency pod, that they're now firmly in that conversation of the top 6. But even thinking about it later and listening to you and VG talk about it, and listening to the odds, as you guys just laid out there, they are. I at least said top 4 that they would be in that conversation, and you guys said that they were top 3 right now. So makes sense. It really does make sense.
And this is a little incomplete. Like again,
absolutely.
Am I jumping the gun a little bit? Yeah. I mean, listen, Miami's going to add with Giannis, right? Like, I mean, Detroit's still good. Like, I don't want to slight the Pistons. What's going to happen with Cleveland? And here's the guy that changes the balance of power that domino is yet to fall.
Right.
And that's LeBron.
Right.
right?
And I still lean Golden State, but the longer he waits, he leaves options open for Cleveland, obviously, Miami, certainly, and it gives Philadelphia 76er fans hope that could you convince him to come here? Has a great relationship with Tyrese Maxey, has the same with Joel Embiid. The one that's in question is Jaylen Brown, after Jaylen Brown said what he said about Bronny James, and LeBron was not happy about that, spoke openly about that. So that one leaves that one up in the air, and you don't know. But the other two, he has a relationship with Maxey and Embiid, a good relationship with Maxey and Embiid. So I guess it would just be if he felt comfortable coming here because of the relationship with Brown, where that may need to be repaired a little bit. But then how he feels about Embiid and his health. And can they make a real run and win 16 games at the end of April going through June? And I think that's the main thing about it. I do wonder if he wants to stay on the West Coast because all that he has going on and his family is there. But also on the basketball side, those two things would be the one question. But if he were to come to Philadelphia, and think about this one, because at that time, we know where we were back a few years ago in our old place. In 2018, when we were having that conversation, he dominated our summer where we had content every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
But I didn't believe it, man. I still thought it was like,
Yeah.
You know, like we were obviously all in, but there was a part of me that was like, I actually think it makes more sense now. I mean, I could be crazy, but I think it makes more sense in that he doesn't have to shoulder the scoring load, right? You got Brown and Maxey for that.
Mm-hmm.
He slots in beautifully right at the four. Like, look at that starting lineup, right? With VJ, Jaylen, Tyrese, and Joe. Like, you slot in beautifully there. He has a relationship with Gansey. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, again, short of Cleveland, I get, or return to Miami, I get.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. That makes sense, though.
Golden State.
But I agree. Like, you get to play with Steph. I get that. But they are an older team. Like, they're not getting through OKC or San Antonio.
Yeah, they are older. But my thing with him going there was when Draymond Green opts out of that player option, very close. Those two are that just opened the door immediately for this is where he's going, because there's no need for Draymond Green to do that at all unless something like this is happening, to make sure that they clear up enough space for him to sign for what he needs to sign for. So that's why I say Golden State, yes, being older and being an older team versus Cleveland, Miami, or Philadelphia. But that's the reason why I still lean Golden State, but I'm not ignoring that, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody's hope of LeBron James coming to Philadelphia whatsoever. Have at it, dream big, keep dreaming, because I'm right there with you. Is it a legit possibility? I don't know, but that would be so fun to see it. And again, talking about that at the age of 41 and him still having the level of power that he has at this stage of his career, where he can come in and be that important at the four, slotting him right in that spot that you talk about. It's amazing that we're still talking about him in that way. And none of us ever really thought we would be talking about it legitimately for the 76ers.
No, not at all, man. That's the thing that's like wild about it. Let's talk about this little mini infighting that's happening between the analytics crowd and the old school basketball crowd, which I think it's a ridiculous argument, because like if you told me that VJ had to be included, I wouldn't have liked the trade. Like I wouldn't have done the trade if you would have told me that Edgecombe and George for Brown. I wouldn't have done it. But without Edgecombe, I don't see where the analytics people are so upset when you're the way you're set up with Edgecombe and Maxey, and then having to get through 3 years of Embiid and George with their contracts. It just doesn't line up to build the team correctly.
No, it doesn't. Again, I agree with you. I would not have done this if VJ Edgecombe had to be involved in it. But when it comes to the analytics side, sometimes, to your point, you just basketball. Sometimes basketball just has to take over the analytics side. Analytics has a place in the game, and we know that. But there are also times where you have to just take it out of the equation when we're talking about something like this. You look at the basketball player, the fit, it works well with what the Sixers have currently on their roster. And if that's part of the case for the Celtics on their side, that's their problem. Let them have at it, and they moved on from it. That's their issue. Here, though, I don't see where that gets into it at all, because when you look at the basketball side of things and how things work, where you have the two wings that you have alongside Maxey with Embiid, and the way that they can have the two different teams when Embiid is not out there on the floor and they can do what they need to do as a trio. None of that stuff matters to me. I'm with you, where I'm going right back to the ball is bouncing and the numbers are not doing anything when that ball bounces. It's those guys out there on the floor playing basketball and doing what they do. So I'm nowhere near the analytics side when it comes to this move.
I mean, we already saw it play out with Morey.
Yeah,
and the overly reliance on it, and how'd that work out? Like, again, you got this is why I kind of like Gansey. I liked him. I loved Filine. I told you that. Like, I was kind of gaga for him. I was getting VG all about it, and I don't know. Like, it makes sense. Like, Dean Wade makes sense. Like, we talked about this, Devon, like at the office. Like, that piece makes sense. It makes even more sense knowing that you got Brown, right? Because you get a guy that could defend all three positions in the front court and plays defense as a rebounder. Hukporti, like, he's going to rebound the ball. He's athletic. Like, that all kind of fits.
It does, and it makes more sense now after a move like this.
Right.
Before, again, it was the Dean Wade stuff was good. It was cool. There were people who liked it. Once the other deals went down with former Sixers leaving, a little upset with some, but when this happens, it all comes together and it all makes sense. And this is what we were waiting on, saying this can't just be it. This can't be the only thing, because it doesn't feel like it's moving the needle. It's not going to make any difference once the season gets underway. Yes, you get a nice starter in Dean Wade at that position to replace anybody. But now that this happens, it makes complete sense as to why you do something like you did with Wade and adding Hukporti as well on the 1-year deal to bring in and be a backup 5. Total sense now. And so, again, just great move, fantastic work. Great to see the Sixer fans being able to celebrate something and enjoy it at the start of free agency in the offseason that they can look forward to. Same thing how they felt, a good portion of them felt about Filine. And maybe even it takes away some of the ones who didn't like the Filine because you got a small guard. You're bought in on things now because while you do have that smaller guard, you bring in a superstar power punch like you did with Jaylen Brown to keep that momentum going and change the trajectory of how people feel about what this team is could be potentially capable of doing in the fall.
And look what left you. You shed fleas. Like, I mean, the deal Grimes gets for the Lakers. I'm like, what? Like, you got to be kidding me.
Like, I thought today was going to be a great day just because Grimes and Oubre weren't here. I was like, we're going to have a great day. Show tomorrow. Anthony's going to be so happy. Then this happened. And you're like, I still just can't believe it actually happened. I think the whole city's like that.
Yep. Could again, VG. I mean, it took a while to take, how we always talk about VG and when I tell you guys we leave the games at night and we stay up late at night because we still kind of on, even a loss, win, whatever, you're still just up because you do a show and your juices are flowing and you can't go to sleep. That's how it was last night after we did the podcast, the emergency pod, where it was still, I can't believe they just did that. I can't believe after all the conversations with Denver and could he go to Cleveland? Could he end up in Detroit, Jaylen Brown? We never accounted for the Sixers at all. No. And then for them to make this move and pull this off, this was one that you just had a natural basketball high of, I was stunned that this happened, stunned that the Sixers were a part of it, and for right now that they won the deal. And that's where, VJ, I'm with you, man, 100%. I just couldn't believe it. Couldn't
Yeah, I was
believe it.
watching.
Still,
It was a great soccer game on last night. I was obsessed with just finding clips of Boston people or anyone reacting to this in a way that was like, couldn't believe how much the Sixers won this deal. I was giddy till like 1 a.m. last night watching.
Exactly.
Devon, I had to check over and over again whether or not it was real.
Right.
Like, I'm like, this makes no sense to me. Massimo had a summer basketball game, right? So like the kids that I coach at St. Margaret's are all together. They're playing in a summer league. So I went and coached the game. I walk into the gym. It's where Legs has his. It's called Total Turf. It's where Legs has his camp. So I walk in. And there's a million games, right? A million guys, and like it was awesome. It was like the news just hit. Everybody's just going. Did it happen? I go,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it says Shams. I mean, it's really Shams. Shams is the guy, Like, it was nuts. I texted our friend Dave Schaller. I go, dude, this is real. He goes, welcome back, cuz.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I was like, you got to be.
Man.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
So how do you view what's next with this team? Like, all right, so you got LeBron on one side, and then if not LeBron, what obviously you need to fill out your front court, and you need some more athleticism.
Yeah, so I still go with needing another ball handler just in case Philon is not ready for whatever they throw at him defensively because he is so small, he is so young. You do need a veteran. I think you still do need a veteran ball handler, and you need shooting. Yeah, you need shooting on this team outside of the 3 starters or 4. You could say with Dean Wade because he is a threat from behind the 3-point line. You still need a real 3-point threat off the bench as well.
Bench,
so So I look at ball handling because Philon is so young, and you need that shooting. Sure, Justin Edwards, who is part of the rotation, can shoot the basketball, but we need to see it more consistently. And then they don't have anybody that can take the pressure off of Philon if they're out there on the floor together to be the lead ball handler. So that's why I lean right now. Shooting and ball handling. Size in the front court, you can always talk about that. But I think those are top of mind for me right now, that you need somebody to be able to, if Maxi's coming off the floor, yes, Brown and Edgecombe can also handle the rock, but a point guard, a veteran that can also take some of that pressure and alleviate some of that from Philon off the bench, and some shooting.
Anybody out there that you're kind of looking at?
Nah, because all the point guards that we talk about are just older point guards. Javon Carter, he signed back with Orlando. We were talking maybe who are the other names that we brought up and had on our list.
Conley went to Boston.
I don't even remember who they were. And I do have my sheet right here, so I could probably just take a peek at some of the names. We were talking about Gabe Vincent, Aaron Holiday, just to again eat up some time on the floor for those guys. But that's where the point guard position is right now. Maybe there's something out there in the trade, but for right now, Gabe Vincent, Aaron Holiday, just to soak up about 10 minutes maybe, and can hit an outside shot, play a little bit of defense on the other side. They're not the biggest guys, but they just simply have some experience in doing so in those roles. And as far as shooting goes, not really. There's not much left. But we were looking at players like Kenrick Williams from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm not a Jet Howard fan. That's where, the joke on our show, of course, is the Jet Howard experience, because I just don't get it. But when you talk about 6'7", 6'8", a young player, have at it. Take a shot and see where that might take you. Again, maybe a trade candidate somewhere out there that you can acquire for a second-round pick or 2 second-round picks maybe to bring in and fill that out. But that's where I am right now. It's slim pickings out there right now as far as the free agent market, outside of LeBron James and Jonathan Kuminga, big names like that. Bradley Beal we brought up for a minute, and I know some people in your chat were talking about Bradley Beal. Before this move, I was not interested. Now that you do have this move, I'm a little more interested on a minimum deal for if Bradley Beal decided to come here. I wouldn't be all upset about it now that you have everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of
just
where we're at.
Someone sent me an SI article, and with Browns a rival, it's fair to label Philadelphia as finals contenders once more. It's like, I just feel like it feels like a dream.
Even
it doesn't feel
BJ,
real.
even if it's wrong, the excitement is there, not just locally. Yes. Just the interest level nationally is also now there because it's such a big move that shifts the power in the Eastern Conference just a little bit where they're in the conversation. So again, that's all. Even if it doesn't happen for right now, as we talk about it, the interest is there. And once the season starts, the interest again will still be there. And if any other corresponding moves happen before the season gets started, then yeah, this is what it's going to be. This is the conversation piece.
So how would you power rank the East? Now it's incomplete. We know there's again, some more shoes to drop, but you got, Knicks, Detroit, Miami, Pacers, Toronto, Hawks, Cleveland, Boston, Orlando, Charlotte, Sixers. How do you power rank and group the East? Because Josh Hart said it. This East is wild.
So Knicks, naturally, because they won and they still have everyone. Losing Mitchell Robinson is a big deal. We'll see what happens there. Boston is still in the mix in the conversation where I don't have them. I don't know if I have them too, but it's interesting because you want to say Detroit because they always find themselves number one or number two, but until the Duren thing is finalized, I don't know who their center is. All right, so let's just say Duren is back and you have John Collins with them. All right, that's fine. You put them in the top two or top three. Boston, Philadelphia, Cleveland, because they were an Eastern Conference Finals team and James Harden is going to be back there, I would put them in there. And then Toronto, you have to include them now in that top six somewhere because of the Kawhi Leonard. Same thing with Brown. He shifts it that fast. And what they did with Ingram to finish at the 5th seed, and now you have Kawhi Leonard along with Scotty Barnes and the rest of that group that they have.
Yeah, they're
you have
sneaky.
to put them in they are. So
they're sneaky, man.
I might put them in the top 5. And that's
great last year, right? Like, when he played, he still got a lot of game.
He was an All-NBA player again. That's how good he was. And then I love what Atlanta did. So I'm putting them in the top 6 also for what they did. So I would say in no particular order: New York, Philadelphia, Boston, Atlanta, Detroit, Cleveland, Toronto. That might be my top 6 right now in no particular order. That might be my top 6.
Yeah. I think that teams like Charlotte, I think is good. I like Charlotte a lot.
I like what Charlotte did. I like what Chicago has done. Quietly. Yeah, they've done a really nice job. Yeah, they've done a nice job. Orlando.
Halliburton's back for Indiana.
Yeah. Yep. So
that's what's wild, about the East. It's the West is so top heavy. I mean, I don't like the Lakers are doing, and you just got OKC Spurs are super teams. I get it.
Yeah. West with those two, curious to see what Denver does. They're always going to be in the conversation because of Jokic. So I'm curious to see what they do. Who else do you look at there that for sure?
I mean, Minnesota, I don't like them. You get Ball with Ant. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't love that either. But they always find a way. Even when Julius Randle was there, I was surprised to see what they did and it worked out. Chris Finch and Anthony Edwards, I'd never count those guys out. Houston with Fred VanVleet coming back. He may be older, but he's a table setter for them that can calm things down in Houston. So still have them in that conversation. That's 5 right there that we know of. And we'll see what happens with Golden State, LeBron James. Clippers obviously take a step back. Phoenix will be in the conversation, but are they really a threat? Dallas, not yet, I don't think. But, I mean, Kyrie Irving coming back does change things. He gets a 4-year off after tearing his knee. But yeah, man, I mean, it's the NBA. The NBA is the NBA. I love it. It's fun. Glad to see that the Sixers are in the middle of all of the conversation that they're going to be talking about.
Oh man, it's like a godsend, dude. There's nothing worse than these lost seasons.
Yeah,
nothing worse. I just want to be relevant and have a legitimate not a pie in the sky, but a legitimate home. I get all the Embiid chatter. It is what it is. Like, I don't know. I don't think you're going to move on. I think he's probably going to be here.
I think so.
You know, I mean, it is what it is. Like, the good thing is, again, he doesn't have to shoulder all of the scoring responsibility and everything else, and he could kind of transition to just being more of a role player. You get like protect the rim and rebound, brother.
I mean, you look at for a week, you have 4 guys that can carry you for a week. They're like legitimate candidates for player of the week in the Eastern Conference because of what you have there from those 4. And I'm just talking for a week. So if you imagine how they carry that through an 82-game season of 7 months of basketball, where you look at what they're doing, that's how good they are. You have 3 all-NBA level players.
Yeah.
And a all-rookie first team that was legit all-rookie first team player that had a big game in the playoffs against Boston. That had a stretch of a week where you're saying, damn, is this the real VJ Edgecombe? That's how good things are individually. It has to come together, and we will get to all of that. What does it really look like with Embiid and the warts with Jaylen Brown, because there are warts with Jaylen Brown with the left hand. That's a real thing. We'll get to all of that stuff, but just looking at it in totality of what they have, that's how good of a team they have with those 4 that can carry you for an entire week and win basketball games.
And I mean, it's not for nothing. You added the best ball handler on the team. I can't wait to see Phil Phylon action.
Phylon? Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean, you look at him, and
they're gonna be exciting, man. Like
they are.
Things, like
they are.
Like watching Maxey and Brown cook. Wow. And they don't leave. And again, then VJ slots into a perfect role for him.
Mm-hmm. If he takes that second year jump, yes. If he takes that second year jump, which his work ethic, what that is already. He's gonna be fantastic. He's gonna put in the work. So I believe in that guy to come back in year number 2 and try to get better, of course. And now you have somebody like
that kid's a worker. Like,
exactly.
This is what I love about Gansey. It's like he's about a culture, right? And Edgecombe is great for that. Maxey's great for that. It feels like Phylon is great for that. Like he is building guy. You know, I'm sure he knows Dean Wade very well and what kind of impact he will have in the room and on the culture and going after it. Like I like the way the guy thinks. I like he's looking at pieces, and the pieces are starting to fit.
Can I say this too, that on the Bob Myers side, because it was his introductory press conference where he said this. I think it was his second press conference after the Gansey presser, where he talked about not having an identity. Now you have an identity. You have a true identity now.
Yes.
And I think Gansey also pointed that out, that Myers said that. And then I'll even go to the Jameer Nelson part of it, where Jameer said that, him being here, and Myers also, echoed this of him being a guy that's from this area and can identify who can and cannot play here, right? And the one thing that he talked about was he patted his chest and he said, it's the heart. And
yes,
so identity, heart, being a player that can live here and play here and deal with everything that comes with the Philadelphia across your chest. They have now secured an identity for this basketball team. Now, there may be different ones because of, again, when Embiid is on the floor and he's not on the floor, but you still have an identity for both. And then now it's up to them to create that standard of what it's going to look like that Tyrese Maxey talked about last season, of what that standard is going to look like. And I'd imagine that it's all about getting to early June and playing some meaningful basketball.
Let's go, baby.
Gansey.
Let's go, man. Devon, I'm thrilled for you guys. I always brag on you guys about the best coverage in the city. Is Devon Gibbons, and Derek Bodner, and Kyle Newbeck, and having a story like the Sixers are going to be, and having you guys covering it and walking us through the whole year is awesome. So, we love you. Taste Cake Dom with Devon's the greatest. You watched every second of your emergency pod last night and loved it. So Great job, brother. It's going to be fun.
Dom, what's up, man? Enjoy this. And for people who did not catch it yesterday, after Anthony is done, go ahead and check out our emergency pod that's up on our YouTube channel to get a chance to look at that. We also have some new merchandise, right, Ant? Some new JB shirts, Jaylen Brown shirts. They're already ready to go.
Shirt.
We got the JB shirts, so go ahead and get your JB shirts. It's summertime. Absolutely, man. Really appreciate it. And again, everybody go check out our emergency pod once Anthony and VG and Jules are done. Go check that out, emergency pod, and we'll be back today, 3 p.m. to talk about it a little bit more. Get Derek's thoughts because Derek could not join us yesterday. Get Derek's thoughts, some fresh thoughts, some more intel maybe from the guys that they've been able to get after this whole thing went down. After we all kind of calmed down, right? Because, man, all of us, just our heads exploded once this news came down. Great stuff.
Dude, the best, buddy. You're the best. We love you. Thanks, pal.
Love you guys. See
the
ya.
Great Devon Givens, NBA. All right, we're going to take a quick TO talk about our friends. Fit Dad is going to join us. Fit Dad fired up. I love when Fit Dad's fired up. And he'll also give us what the buzz is going on in the chat.
Oh, the chats. I can't keep track of it. A lot of drama.
Why is there
This
drama?
sounds like a Love
We
Island
should
drama
be
in
excited.
there.
Like
Like
we
Real
should be
Housewives
happy.
of the Gargano show going on in the chat right now.
I just want to hug everybody. Like, I'm happy. Can I be happy? Let's enjoy it. Phillies are playing great ball. I mean,
USA won.
USA won. Birds around the corner.
Yeah.
Listen, Flyers slow and steady. All right?
Everybody's crazy from the heat.
Things are good. Be happy. I'm happy.
I'm ecstatic.
Let's talk about our friends. Let's talk about TrueMark Credit Union, and listen, this is the timeout worth hearing, all right? TrueMark Credit Union just rolled out their new Momentum Checking, and it's built for everyday life, all right? No big balance requirements, no hoops, no confusing tiers, just rewards for how you already bank. Use your debit card. You earn rewards on everyday purchases. You'll get ATM fee reimbursements, plus access to a high-yield savings option when you complete just a few simple activities. And right now, there's a $250 bonus when you open a new Momentum checking account and meet the qualifications. More perks, less hassle. That's a win. Check it out, TrueMark.com, or you can visit one of their 24 local branches. TrueMark.com. $250 bonus with new Momentum checking and a $1,000 qualifying direct deposit 90 days. Prior checking eligible members not eligible. For details, visit TrueMark.com/momentum. Federally insured by the NCUA. How about we talk about a little Talkify? Because I got to ask you, you trust your team to come through in the clutch, right? Like Gansey? Yeah, sure. How about don't trust the dating apps to keep, that strike out for you. It might be time to upgrade your love life. Meet Talkify, America's #1 matchmaking service. No swiping, no guessing, just real people, real matches, and a smarter way to date. Whether you're in Center City, South Philly, or in the burbs, dating has changed, and honestly, a lot of people are over the apps. With Talkify, you get paired with a real human matchmaker, someone you're looking for, whatever matters to you. Don't even know it. They hand-select matches based on compatibility, not just a couple photos in a bio. You're like having a coach in your corner, but for your love life. Right now, Philadelphia fans get a special offer. Sign up using the QR code. Save up to 50%. No games, no ghosting. Just intentional connections that actually go somewhere. So, are you ready? Stop swiping. Start meeting. Scan the QR code now. Head to Talkify.com to learn more. Talkify, dating done thoughtfully. All right. We thank one of our good friends of the show, who's an incredible content creator himself. Great Philadelphia sports fan. Our man, Fit Dad. Good morning, Fit Dad.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Plus, what is not the world of Philadelphia happy right now?
I'm in euphoria right now. I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Right.
I don't understand how anyone can be negative about what's going on right now. Honestly, like it's mind-boggling to me. I mean, I was texting you last night with Kevin's response when I saw it on ESPN, and I was dying laughing. Like, Knicks fans are falling apart, Celtics fans are falling apart because of this trade. Like, we're back.
We're back. That's right, brother. We're
Like,
back.
I don't know what else could you possibly say about this trade that could be bad for this team. I mean, I get it. People want to talk about the whole Joel Embiid situation, but I'm talking specifically, our roster got better within 24 hours.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I mean, Embiid, all right, like you were stuck with Embiid anyway.
Exactly.
Like that contract you're stuck with. I don't know. Like whatever you get from him is gravy. I'm looking at it.
That's it. I mean, listen, we already swindled one team out of taking one of our players with a big contract. The fact that we got Paul George out off of this team and onto another team, and they took his whole contract, and we got a player that is in his prime right now with other players that are in their prime right now. What is there to complain about?
It's not just a player in his prime; it's like a top 20 player in his prime.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, the dude single-handedly carried Boston last year by himself.
This is what I don't understand, because the whole narrative that's out there is that like he's not an analytic guy, or he's not as good as you think he is, and all this other stuff. All I know is that Boston team was gutted, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't have your Drew Holidays and your Horfords off the title team and all that stuff. And he kept them afloat while Tatum was out the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else. You look at were they a good defensive team? Hell no.
No.
Right? Like the guy had amazing, and he brings it every night.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing about him that I love is that he just is always in attack mode every night. He doesn't take nights off. He's there for you all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and you replace that with a guy who was suspended last year for PEDs.
Exactly. I mean, the dude just falls out. Like this team, I love what Devon said when as he was hopping off, is that this team has an identity now. And that was the one thing that we were always searching for with this Sixers team, is like, who are we? What is it that the league sees us as? And I just, teams are going to be scared to play us because it's going to be like relentless attacking between Maxey, VJ. I mean, even if Embiid just plays his role and that he just plays that center role, if they can convince him to just do that just stay there, stay where you need to be, get out of the way when you need to get out of the way, get your baskets. That's it. This team could go straight to the finals. I don't care we don't need LeBron. That'd be great if we got LeBron. It'd be awesome for depth, but we don't need LeBron on this team to be a threat.
No. I mean, listen, I would love it. Like you said. Like,
Me too.
It'd be incredible, right? Like, be a perfect fit. But yeah, I'm with you. And here's the thing about Embiid, right? Like, if you got to count on him for scoring and everything else, I mean, at some point he'll let you down. Like that's been the MO. But now you got a guy that's going to be there, that's present all the time.
Mm-hmm.
To your point, Maxey you got Maxey, Brown, and then VJ in his second year. Like that is up and down the floor and in relentless attack offensively. Like that is, to your point, an identity. Like that's when I go, hey, what's there to be upset about? They were going to be another playing team, long slog. Let's go for the draft, right? Like how many times are you going to go, all right, we're playing the draft game? Like that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got relevant.
Yeah, I mean, when you break down this team and you break down the current starting lineup as it is with who we got with D Wade and Jaylen Brown, the one person I was looking at was VJ Edgecombe, and even as a second year player, sometimes you think, he could take that step back. To me, this actually gives him more confidence because he now has the guys around him to go, listen, they're going to be able to get their shots. I'm just going to go in there and play my game, take the shots that I need to. And Maxey's already telling him in his first year, Maxey's yelling at him, you take that shot. he's going to go out and do the exact same thing, no matter if Brown is here and Embiid is here. It doesn't make a difference who's here. So I think it actually will increase VJ Edgecomb's confidence and game, because he kind of took a little bit of a step back in the playoffs because I think it was a little much for him in some instances. I think he's only going to get better with Jaylen Brown being here.
Right on. I mean, you're going to have space on the floor. If you have two guys that are relentless and fill up, what did we learn last year, right? Like, Maxey was tired. He had to handle all of that himself.
Yep.
Shoulder all of that scoring load. It's toll on him, right? Paul George, we get you 24, and then they get you 2, right? Like, you now have you got a guy that's a walking 30 with another guy who's a walking 30. So now you got VJ going, all right, I got all the space in the world to shoot the ball.
Yep.
I'm going to have space to operate. Like, I mean, I like, that's where I get excited. That's looking at it like that's where it all fits to me.
Yeah, if this team can come in, if they can go into their workouts and training camp and all that stuff, and they just gel, I'm telling you, I know that we're like 5th best odds right now, and I think, like I said, a lot of people are saying, it's because of the whole Embiid healthy situation. I still think that they are better than the Celtics, even with the questions around Joel's health all the time. I still think they are 3rd best in the NBA for the finals run as it stands right now. Jaylen Brown just brings a different element to the game. Just like you said, he now spaces with Maxey and Brown on the floor. That defense is going to have to be on alert constantly, and it spaces the floor. And I think it's going to end up, like you said, giving VJ the opportunity to actually increase his points per game. And he actually might be able to increase his points per game while bringing his minutes down, which is kind of crazy in my eyes.
He's got to get his minutes down. This is perfect for that. Him and Phylon, or Jaylen Brown and Phylon will help us out. But fit that. You guys were all arguing about Embiid. Is that what the argument was in the chat?
The argument was about Embiid. It was just a couple people who were just saying the same thing over and over again. And I don't like to keep my mouth shut, so I had to say something. But I get it. I understand where people are at with Embiid because of the whole failure of the process. It's from the fan standpoint. I'm almost saying it's almost 60-40 now at this point, that like people just want Embiid out of here, but not even just because they don't like the guy. We just see the same thing over and over again. So I get the argument of that. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, for the logically, you're not going to get 2 players. We already got Paul George to go to Boston. We're not going to get Joel Embiid somewhere else. At this point, you just have to logically just understand he's going to be here more than likely, whether LeBron comes here or not. You're not going to get rid of his contract this season.
Yeah, dude, yes. Like, it is what it is. Like, again, he was here regardless. Like, he was here regardless. So whatever he gives you, he gives you.
Exactly.
That's your bonus type of thing. And then, I don't know. I hate to, I feel stupid saying this, but you've lived long enough to know that sometimes when you least expect it, maybe he's present during the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what? To be honest, like, I want him to be. Embiid was such a big part of this team's success over the last however many years he's been here. Yes. I would love for him for just, I don't care, 1 season, stay healthy, just so we can get that chip with your name attached to it. Like, just be that guy. And again, I know a lot of his injuries weren't his fault. Some of them were, due to his, eating habits and whatever it is. But at the same time, it's like, I would love to see him get a championship here and cement himself as the player, the MVP player that we all know he could have been or has been.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you, man. How does Fit Dad, who has it was the incredible dad, right, and the master of dad jokes, how does he celebrate 4th of July? I think this is right in your wheelhouse.
I mean, easy fireworks and barbecue. That's just, I keep it simple.
You're a true American. I love you for it.
Appreciate it.
You're the best, buddy. We love you, pal.
All right, guys.
Thanks, brother. Fit Dad, CEO. He's the man. Love Philly Hour coming up. Corey is going to join us. Corey, side man. to talk some fighting Phillies in about 35 minutes. First pitch at CBP in the heat. The Phillies are hot.
They're giving out free water over there. The Phillies are today, I think. Everyone gets a free bottle of water.
Good move.
Yeah.
Yeah, good move by the crew over there.
Wear your sunscreen.
Phillies on fire. 2.5 games behind the Braves. Beat up Skeens. Let's go fight. Marsh, another homer.
You know who the Braves have going today?
Who?
Hurston Waldrop. Got Hurston out of third out there pitching today. They can pick up a game. They'll pick up a game. I think Hurston gets beat up. I think it's only his second game pitching.
Yeah, no, I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Can't be good at all. Hurston Waldrop. Come on, man.
And then Mike Giardi, who joined us before to talk about the A.J. Brown trade, he covers Boston sports.
Oh, boy.
All right, so I'm looking forward to talking to Mike about what the town is like in Boston. Listen, it's the year of Philadelphia. It's 2026. We're the true colonial power.
Oh, you're doing a flex. You're doing a flex on 4th of July weekend.
Damn right I am. As we celebrate 250 years of this country, Philadelphia is number one. Love Philly Hour next.
Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. It's not just the title of Philly. It's a feeling. It's a heartbeat. A city that never asked for permission to be itself. That's us, right? That's our personality. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. And now in 2026, the world comes back to Philadelphia. Not just to remember, but to celebrate. The show isn't just about what's happening. It's about who we are while it's happening. Because Philadelphia isn't a backdrop. It's a character. It's the voice that tells it like it is. The guy at the end of the bar who doesn't sugarcoat a thing. It's the family that's been on the same block for generations. It's the artist, the athlete, the builder, the believer. It's the lifer, the dreamers, the grinders. It's all of us. And that's what Love Philly's about. We're going to sit with people that make this place go. The ones who built it, the ones carrying it, the ones pushing it forward. The legends who left their mark. Not just the championships, not just the headlines, but the moments in between. The way the city shows up for itself, the way it refuses to be anything other than real. And through it all, we're going to remind ourselves and show the world what Philadelphia is. It's not just a stereotype. It's not a punchline. It's a foundation. It's a force. It's a city that gave birth to a nation and never stopped building. So as the country turns 250 and the spotlight finds Philadelphia again, this is our moment to tell the story the right way. Not polished, not filtered, real, authentic, proud. Because this city just doesn't rise to the occasion. It defines it. This is Love Philly.
All right, welcome back. It's the Love Philly Hour, and Love Philly loves Wawa. Thanks to our friends at Wawa. Wawa loves Philly, and we love our Wawa. VG, Cuz, and we are live at Stateside Live, courtesy of our friends from Xfinity. We love it. We love it here. Heartbeat of the Philadelphia fan base right here at Stateside Live. Nothing better before a game, after a game than hanging here in this great spot. It is spectacular. So let me ask you a question, buddy.
Yeah.
Things are going well entering the 4th of July, and maybe this is our year of 2026. And if you look at what the Phillies are doing, I know they got a bullpen game today. They beat up Skeens last night, lost in the whole thing. We got swooped up by Jaylen Brown They crush schemes.
They hit them hard.
I mean, Marsh yet again.
That makes no sense. There's a whole lot of things not making sense right now in Philadelphia. Marsh with these power numbers. Every time you turn around, he's hitting one out of the park. He's really making a push to be the starter in the outfield for the All-Star game.
I mean, I'd love to see it. I mean, it's here.
Imagine beginning of the season, opening day, we say Brandon Marsh is going to be a starting outfielder in the All-Star game.
No.
No.
Not at all.
You would have thought I was high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a big deal, man. We'll also cover the World Cup this hour as USA wins last night, survives the red card.
Scored with 10 men on the field, on the pitch.
I don't know. Was that a red card?
Well, like everybody says, in slow motion, it looks horrible. But if you don't even call it a yellow card, I don't know how you can go and then suddenly say it's a red card. The guy's out of here.
I know.
They didn't even call it a penalty or a foul.
No,
you can't appeal it either. From what people are telling me, you can't appeal this.
No. And then he's out. You're taking away your bet.
He's the best scorer they have.
What a World Cup he's had. He's carried them.
He's been money,
without
dude.
bullshit.
He's always
up
around the goal.
You know, yes, he's been great.
I know. So, yeah, that's going to be tough. I mean, Belgium hasn't looked great.
No.
They look great. Their final game.
They got lucky yesterday. They were down 2-0.
Yeah, and they find 2 goals in the last 6 minutes. They got Lukaku, I think his name is. Lukaku. Man, he's like a defensive end out there. He's immovable. So, they're going to be tough. But you got the home field advantage. USA.
Yeah.
4th of July weekend. It'll be a Monday before the
Monday night.
Everything's working for them.
You know, it's funny. Like the bro says, look at what Messi did. He didn't even get a yellow card for that shove.
You know, that's Messi.
No, I know. I get it. But, you know, you're also talking about, you know, your big striker for the U.S.
Yeah, there's just the whole system's weird. The fact that you could review it and be like, oh, we missed this totally. Now he's out for this game and next game.
I know. I don't get it.
There was no malice involved.
No, I don't get it. Anyway, we'll talk a little bit later on some World Cup. But first, our man who covers the Phillies, the Fightins, doesn't get better than Corey Sideman. On the Xfinity Mobile call-in line, our friend Corey Sideman, who does such a great job covering the Phils for all PHLY.com and our Philly show on YouTube with the bro, Jamie Lynch. Good morning, Corey. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, cuz. This must be a fun day for you and VG, just talking about all the goings-on in Philly sports right now. I mean, the Phils are red hot, and I guess that wasn't even the main topic today with Jaylen Brown in town.
You know, it's funny. I expected this to be a big-time Philly show. Going in, I booked some baseball guys, including yourself, and I'm thinking, you know, we're going to go all in on Phils. And, you know, again, that seismic trade happens. It's a good time. Like, you know how these things are. We're a manic up and down roller coaster. We're riding a high right now, Cor.
I'll tell you, my group text with my friends was going off last night between the Phillies and the Sixers. So it is just an exciting time. I wish it wasn't 105 degrees outside. You can enjoy it a little more. But, hey, beats winter, and it's hitting season, and the Phillies are sure making use of it because they have a few guys who just won't stop right now, Brandon Marsh and Trey Turner in particular.
Well, it just shows you the importance of Turner. I was going to start our conversation with Turner and how important it is. Like, this lineup just goes when he's hot. Like, you see it now. He's back to what he would look like last year. He won a batting title. He's added some power into it. And when he's setting the table like this, that's when this team is dangerous.
Certainly. I mean, it took him 75 games to get hot, but I think this finally classifies now as Trey Turner being hot. He has multiple hits in 7 of his last 9 games, and he scored 16 of the last 20 times he's been on base. So that just shows you how setting the table up top really does make a difference. I mean, that wasn't happening for the bulk of the first 2.5 months of the season, but now Trey Turner's locked in. You have Brandon Marsh, who's behind Harper and Schwarber, who's locked in, and you just see this offense taking off. I mean, the month of May was about the Phillies pitching, but the month of June was more so about their offense. So I'm curious to see what happens in July. Is it a mixture of both? And do we see them finally, take over the Braves? I said to Jamie on our show yesterday that at this point, it does feel to me like the Phillies are going to win the division. And I just base that on how strong they are behind Sanchez, Wheeler, and Luzardo. They're now 35-13 when one of their top 3 starters pitches a game.
That's wild. That's wild. What did you make of Wheeler being upset last night, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't surprising. Zach Wheeler is an emotional type of guy. He doesn't show it a lot. He's often pretty stoic, but he was pissed a couple of years ago when Rob Thompson took him out in Game 6 of the World Series, and he was pissed last night. It was a delicate situation because he was at 104 pitches, 3 consecutive guys had reached base. I looked this up this morning because year after year, we see fewer and fewer pitches cross far beyond the 100-pitch threshold. There have only been 8 instances all season in Major League Baseball this year of a guy getting to 110. Last year, there were about 40. So even when you compare that to last season, you see managers more hesitant to let their pitcher go that far. And I think from Don Mattingly's perspective, what happens if Wheeler throws 5 or 6 pitches in that next plate appearance and doesn't end the inning? Well, then he's at like 110, and he probably still wants to finish the inning. And then you're extending him to a pretty risky point. From Wheeler's standpoint, he missed all that time early. Every win matters. Every inning matters in terms of like his Cy Young candidacy. But I don't have a problem with the Phillies keeping him healthy. Also curious to see how they end up aligning those guys for this next start, Sanchez and Wheeler, because all the talk about whether Sanchez might start the All-Star game, will Wheeler be in the All-Star game? As of right now, they line up to pitch Saturday and Sunday in the final 2 games of the first half, which would probably render both of them unavailable. But the Phillies could also maneuver the rotation around in this final week.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I'm on Wheeler's side here. I think he's earned it. He's a guy that is not. He knows his body. Like when you get to a certain point in your career, you know your body, and he does not have a history of the arm issues, at least as a Philly, right? I get your slippery slope theory, but I think you got to do what's. I think you got to acquiesce to a guy like Wheeler.
Well, he's the one guy that you would kind of make that exception for because he's the veteran. He kind of runs his own program to an extent. Like to your point, yeah, he does know his body better than anybody and what is going to make him successful or not. And it didn't seem like his stuff was totally diminishing last night. He was also at a point in the lineup. He was facing Jake Mangum. It's not like he was facing the best hitter on the Pirates.
Right, switch hitter, switch hitter is what he is.
He's got one home run all year.
Right, and Kyle Backus comes in and hits the first 2 guys he faces, so it's not like he put out the fire right away. I think it's just like a learning curve for Don Mattingly and Zach Wheeler. Mattingly hasn't been around Wheeler prior to this year. He might not have realized how upset Wheeler would be at something like that. And I saw that Mattingly spoke to reporters this morning in the dugout, said that he still hasn't talked to Wheeler about it yet. Thinks Wheeler's still probably a little bit upset. But look, these are 2 big time baseball guys, 2 old school baseball guys. I'm sure this will be kind of a thing of the past by tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I trust that Donnie Baseball will smooth it over. Listen, my bad. Like, we'll work through this in the future. It's just, dude, like even he's got to realize, like, yo, I just got to get him one more out. I mean, he's at 104. If he's at 110, he's at 110. Like, I hear you on that threshold,
and you get a 5-run lead.
Right.
Well, that too. A lot of wiggle room. And Wheeler had I think Wheeler had the longest
the lead and more about the pitch count. So
Well, I think that Wheeler had the longest streak in all of baseball of 5+ innings. So I'm sure that played a role too. He was 1 out away from doing it. It might have been the kind of streak that he extended through the end of his career. Like LeBron had that streak forever of 10+ points. Not that it really makes a difference one way or the other, but I think it'll probably affect how Don Mattingly's hook is with Zach Wheeler rest of season, and maybe it buys Wheeler a little more, a few more pitches as his season goes on.
It's weird the last 2 managers have had little moments with Wheeler. Like of all the guys on the rotation.
Of all guys. Of all guys. And I think I told you guys, I think I brought this up earlier this season with you guys, but I mean, I talked to Wheeler the spring training after Thompson took him out of that Astros game, and Wheeler was still pretty pissed about it 6 months later. You know, he was saying that he didn't think he was ever going to get over that. These things matter to him, and he's like an old school bulldog type of pitcher who wants to take down as many innings as possible in an era where that just isn't common anymore. And I think he probably was a little miffed last night that an old school baseball guy like Don Mattingly didn't give him a little more rope.
Yeah, I'm still mad for World Series. Like, the topper, it's a shame, but that was the only thing of all the moves, and you could quibble about everything. The only move that I truly did not like, and the one that I hated, was that one. I just never understood why you would have done that. It made no sense to me. Of all guys, the one guy I trust more than anybody on the planet is Zach Wheeler.
That entire postseason, Rob Thompson had a relatively quick hook, but that was the one night where like context probably should have reigned supreme. And it was also one of the most impressive outings Wheeler had ever had. I mean, I know we're talking about ancient history here, but like his first 4 or 5 innings of that game were absolutely dominant until he put a couple guys on. And then, of course, Jose Alvarado immediately gives up the big home run to Yordan Alvarez. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a sour taste in Phillies fans' mouths anytime Wheeler gets that early hook. And fortunately, it didn't result in a loss last night.
Yeah, not to relitigate it, but again, of all guys, and the third time through the order, like certain guys, I don't worry about. Like I get we're battling. I guess a lot of the analytics crowd is not in love with Jaylen Brown, and I just go, there's more than life than the religion of numbers. Like, it doesn't tell you the whole story. It doesn't tell you the whole picture of a player. It's got to be part of the equation, but it's not a religion. I don't like that religion.
No, I agree. And I mean, a guy like Zach Wheeler, when he comes out of a game, it's a sigh of relief for the other team. Nobody's like being, oh man, now there's a lefty coming in and it's a lefty-lefty matchup. They're glad that Zach Wheeler is leaving that game because, he dominates and it's like Greg Maddux wouldn't be taken out in the 6th inning for like Brad Klontz or Pedro Borbon in the mid-90s. It's just kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy the point we've gotten to. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me if like 5 years from now, 100 pitches is viewed the way 110 is now, where like you barely ever see guys go past 100. It's just more and more of a specialized game than ever before. But the guys like Zach Wheeler, I do agree overall, like he should have the ability to get to 108. There were a couple games in 2024 that Wheeler threw 115 and 114 pitches, which were among the most that entire season. So he was able to get through them. I know it's a couple years ago, but there's no reason to expect that it was going to be like a cascade of hits for the Pirates last night in that 5th inning.
Let me ask you a question, Core. The concept of the 100, you think 100 will be like a big deal?
Well, it already is, because like now,
no, but you think it's going to shift even more? Another 10 pitches?
It could. I mean, so last year there were 36 instances of guys getting to 110. This year there's only been 8. So we're on pace for like half the number of games that a manager let his guy keep going, and I could see that reducing to like 105. Really, I mean, by the time a guy's at like 90 pitches these days, it seems like his outing's up. You have like a double action in the bullpen, and the Phillies have a couple of guys that you push more than most, like a Sanchez and a Wheeler. But yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Nola never gets to like 105 pitches again, for example. Especially the guys that you are trying to get out of there a little bit early.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, because you don't want him around the third. Like he's one guy I subscribe to that theory. Like time around the order, I don't want him in there. So I would agree with that. But man, like, you're really going to test how many arms you can have on a team if you're not like guys like Wheeler, Sanchez, and those guys, get past 100.
And most teams don't have horses like that atop their rotation, so they don't even have that benefit of being able to choose. But with Zach Wheeler, the other part of it is he's carried a pretty heavy workload since the day that he returned in late April. I mean, almost every single one of his starts has been 6+ innings, a bunch of 7s in there. So Don Mattingly's also probably trying to keep the long game in mind, because he knows that the most important part for this Phillies team in 2026 is, do you get to October fully healthy?
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, I agree with that. Now you get you got the break coming up and everything else. But let me ask you a question, because you get a bullpen game today. Like, what is your answer? And what are you going to? Obviously, Nola's going to remain in the rotation. You need him, but you got 2 starts where you're just taxing your bullpen severely.
Yeah, and there's too much of the season left to go to leave this rotation the way it is. I mean, the Phillies get so much out of their 1, 2, 3, but they get very little out of their 4 and 5. The flip side of being 35-13 behind Wheeler, Sanchez, and Luzardo is that they're 11 games under 500 when anybody else starts a game. They absolutely need to add at least one starting pitcher before the trade deadline. And I don't think it's going to be that top end of like Tarek Skubal, but there are guys like Robbie Ray and Casey Mize, Sonny Gray, might be like in between.
Dude, Casey Mize is pitching his ass off. You see what he's doing?
Yeah, he dominated
he, like,
the other day.
stoned the Yankees the other night. Like, he's just outrageous.
Yeah, the Tigers have actually been playing pretty well. A lot of people assume that they were going to be selling at the deadline. I still expect they will, and they have a couple starting pitchers who could be interesting in between Mize and Jack Flaherty. I really just think the Phillies need to add a pitcher of that caliber, because it's not that he's going to be pitching in the playoffs, but you're going to have another 32 or so times that the Nola and Ron Held spots come up in the rotation. You don't want to be going 12-20 in those games, because that might affect whether you win the NL East, whether you get to 95.
You're 2.5 behind the brakes. Like, this Phillies team, none of us thought they would be 2.5 games behind the Braves as we start July. Like, it's there for the taking, and you know better than anybody. You sit there and you win the division, it's exactly where you need to be. It sets you up for a postseason run.
Well, the Phillies, more than any team, will benefit from the bye. I mean, I know that probably doesn't correlate with how they've performed the last couple postseasons, but they have the 1, 2, 3 in Wheeler, Sanchez, Luzardo that they want to be able to align as best as possible. And it's way easier to do that if you're not playing in the wild card round. The Braves, the other part of this thing with the Braves is they're like seen as the favorite to get Tarek Skubal. And if they get Skubal, that would make things incredibly tough on the Phillies if they have Skubal and Sale on top of their rotation, 2 lefties, because the Phillies still play the Braves 7 more times in September between September.
We know how we are against lefties,
So imagine if 4 of those remaining 7 games are against Skubal and Sale in games that are going to determine the division. So that's yet another reason for Dave Dombrowski not to sit on his hands, and I don't think he will. The impact right-handed bat really is not out there, but I think they can accomplish the totality of their goals by adding like a decent right-handed bat, a decent setup man, and just a viable back-end starter. Because the other part of this thing in the rotation is, what happens if Wheeler, Sanchez, or Luzardo misses even a few starts? Then all of a sudden, less than half of your rotation is, top-notch, and you have 3 question marks.
Dude, I assume it's a lock that he gets moved. Who's involved? Are the Dodgers still involved? Like, is that, what's the race for Skubal look like? What about the Yankees?
Yeah, like the Yankees will probably be in it, because they've been reeling without Aaron Judge, and they might need to, pivot into like a different sort of style here, run prevention. They have Max Fried, who should be back shortly after the All-Star break.
Slitter, he's been hitting a little bit of a dead arm, but
yeah, he did. He got hit hard the other night. So I think it's Braves, Dodgers. Honestly, like if I'm the Brewers, why not? Why not one of these years make that splashy move a la CC Sabathia in 2008?
I mean, my God, you got Mr. Roski Skubal. That would be frightening.
Yeah. And they have so many young, appealing pieces to trade that they might be able to get it done too. The Phillies have the 5th best record in baseball right now. The only 4 teams ahead of them are the Dodgers, Braves, Brewers, and Rays. And I would think the Skubal makes sense for at least 3 of those teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a thing. He's got the Brewers, Cubs, Phillies, Padres, Rays, Braves, and Red Sox. But I don't know, the Phillies, they don't have the people. They don't have the prospects to compete with those other spots.
They can't.
I mean, rentals cost less, but this kind of rental is probably still going to cost you a top prospect. And I'm not trading Francisco Renteria for 2 months of Skubal. Maybe for someone else who's helping me beyond these next 2 months, but not for a guy who you could have for 8 starts and then he's gone.
I mean, I think you'll get beat. I think They're going to get real prospects.
Corey, how good does Renteria look? I mean, I see his highlights. He just popped in. Now he's in the top 100 prospects. He's 17.
Yeah. I mean, he has, like, the scouting report on him is that he's a potential 5-tool guy. And the Phillies really have not had one of these can't miss international prospects in quite a while. Like, they've done decent in the international market. Yeah, like ever. Like they've done decent in that market, like with a Ranger Suarez, a Carlos Ruiz, guys that they were able to sign to like cheaper deals that turned into like actually really good big league players, but they haven't had like the Ronald Acuna, you know? And so I think a lot of people look at Renteria and they see the potential that he might be a superstar level player. And that's what I mean, that I know that it's, tempting to say this is a win now year. They have all these guys in their prime. Why not trade a prospect to get Scooble? It gives you an even better chance to win the World Series. The flip side of that, though, is what if you're looking up in 5 years and he's James Wood? You know, like think about how the Padres are feeling after not winning it all and giving up all that talent.
Listen, I get you. I don't think it's going to come down to that anyway. I don't think they're in the conversation.
No.
But even beyond that, there is one name of caution: Jaylen Ortiz.
Yeah.
All right. I was down there in Clearwater, and the kid was hitting the ball out of into the trees. All right, on the backfield court. You know what we're talking about?
Yep.
He was hitting the ball into the trees, and then he couldn't hit a breaking ball.
Yeah, that was a cautionary tale for the Phillies because I think that was the highest priced international signing they had made to that point. It was like $4 million in that range.
Right.
And Ortiz was thought of as a big time power. It could be this middle of the order bat. I think some vision issues affected him on his way up the minor league ladder, which affected like pitch recognition and his ability to the penchant for swing and miss. But it's an inexact science, and the Phillies have not had a great history of it. And that's probably another reason why they want to hang on to this kid Renteria and see if it can pan out. I'm not saying I wouldn't trade him for anybody. Like if that's what it takes to get like a Buxton or whoever the perfect right-handed bat is.
Right.
Buxton, by the way, has missed 3 games in a row, I think, with a rib issue. So just something to file away because he's oft injured. And we talked a lot about Mike Trout early on. Mike Trout is also on the IL.
I know. How about the way the Phillies have beat up Skeens?
Yeah. They've gotten better and better against Skeens every time they faced him. It's been 4 starts they've faced him. And, dating back to the first time they saw him in Pittsburgh last month, the Pirates have lost 9 consecutive starts by Skeens. Can you believe that? He's 0-6, and they're 0-9 in his last 9 starts. And the Phillies had some pretty comfortable swings against him last night, some long innings.
They did.
It's a good sign because they were not hitting high-quality pitching early in the season. Think back to when they faced like a Chase Burns. They were outclassed by him, but they've been hitting some good, better pitching lately.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, someone's got over the last 9 innings, his ERA is 12 against the Phillies and was 2.76 versus everyone else.
Wow. And how about the fact that his ERA for the season is like 3.62? Whoever expected to see that number associated with Paul Skeens?
He's like yesterday's news. Everyone's Mizorowski. It's like Skeens. Who's that at this point?
Yeah, that previously crowded NL Cy Young field. I think right now it's probably just Sanchez and Mizorowski. Dead heat.
Chris. Love it. My brother, more than Marsh. We got to give Marsh some more love. 15 bombs. It's a Brandon bomb. 15 for Marsh. Are you kidding me?
I mean, so early in the season, really up until June, it was mostly singles. So, he had the high batting average, but it was mostly singles. Since June 1st, he has 10 home runs. And to your point, cuz that 15 bombs on the season, he's on pace for like 25. Who saw Brandon Marsh hitting 25 home runs?
Right?
Nobody.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Not even Brandon Marsh.
And Turner's up to 10 now, so he'll probably get to like 20. So maybe the Phillies will have 4 guys that get the 20 home runs. I did see that Ken Rosenthal put out his NL All-Star who he'd have on both teams, and he did not have Brandon Marsh on the NL All-Star team, which drew some consternation from Phillies fans. But I don't know. I think Marsh is a lock at this point. There were 7 outfielders on last year's.
He's going to put a tie on the brain.
There were 7 outfielders on last year's NL All-Star team, and Marsh has certainly been one of the top 4 this year. So he belongs in there.
Listen, I know Kenny was covering the Orioles for the Baltimore Sun. All right, so he needs to get smacked around. I got to call him up.
Put the call in.
Core, great stuff, my brother. Fun stuff. Enjoy the ball game today, baby.
You too, cousin. Happy July 4th. Have a great weekend,
July
guys.
4th, you're the best. Best of dad and everybody. There he is, Corey Sideman. Sideman. We love Corey. He's the best. All right, we got to take a quick CEO. Come back, a little World Cup for you. We're going to do that. And also Mike Giardi from Boston, which I cannot wait for because I cannot wait to find out the misery that is Boston. How great is that, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, they had a little tea party. This is where the action took place 250 years ago.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Weak. I hate them. Always hated them. Home of the Quakers. We're the Quakers to the Puritans.
Yeah.
Battle.
Got no time for Puritans.
No, especially not. No. All right, let's talk about our friends on the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Yes, it's the World Soccer Hub. What do you got today, dude? How many? There's 3 matches today.
Well, I gave you the early one today. Portugal, Croatia. Dude, I'm just riding the Croatians. Money line plus 230.
Croats.
Let's go.
Let's go, Croats.
Yeah.
I'm down with the Croats. Down. And tonight, who do you got doing late game tonight?
Switzerland, Algeria. Switzerland's been to the final 16 the last 3 times. So I'm going to ride them to advance minus 103.
By the way, I think there's goal. Isn't Algeria leaky defensively? Didn't our man talk about that?
I feel like they try to clear. They're one of those teams that try and
Jared Nicholas says they're leaky, shaky goaltender.
Oh, all right.
So I think I go Swedes. Croats and Swedes.
Swiss.
I like it. Swiss. Check it all out. New customers get 500 spins on the new slot game. Go, go, go. Collect them. Plus, up to $5 casino bonus back in the first 24 hours. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER-BetParks.com for all the details. Let's talk about, yes, our friends at Xfinity and the 5-year price guarantee. What if you could have reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and you can keep it the same price for 5 whole years? There you go. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you notice them. Super intelligent Wi-Fi, VG, with a 6 cents. Let you stream the game when everybody else is online playing video games. I got my ass kicked last night, video games, playing hockey. Mosmo killed me. 36 shots to 6.
Wow.
But my Wi-Fi was great. That's all that matters. All right. Lock in your price. Unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more. Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Quiet on the hockey front. Alex Ovechkin is returning to the Capitals.
He's returning?
Yes.
Wow.
Per Emily Kaplan.
Wow.
He's returning on a 1-year contract, $1 million salary, 4.7 million games bonus. He plays 10, he gets another 5. I don't know.
All right.
But there he is. He's coming back.
Good. He gets to do his tour. A goodbye tour. He deserves it.
I agree. I love Ovi.
Yeah.
I'm a big Ovi fan. So, Flyers, meanwhile, Charlie O says, so here's what I heard. Carlson, they tried. They offered a lot of money, and he chose Tampa.
I'm okay with that. I didn't love that move. It's a little old, a little long in the tooth.
Yeah, but I get why you wanted him.
Yeah.
The G thing, I don't know.
Because of what Charlie said, I don't think it's a good fit, but I saw chatter all day on social media about
They're
it.
waiting for it to happen.
Yeah. It feels like a little going in reverse a little bit.
You know, kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough. Like, you're looking for a big splash.
That's not a big splash.
No, there's not. Sometimes the splash isn't available.
Well, maybe we get Gansey to help them out a little bit. He's a splash maker.
All of a sudden, what the best was, he's out.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? This is when I go, you know what? I've been around for a long time. Because I remember when Howie was public enemy number 1.
No, we've all loved Howie the whole time.
Dude, you were one of the culprits.
No.
Jules.
I don't remember that.
He was an HH, a Howie hater. I would do the show with the guy. Like, I loved Howie. Like, we were friends. Like, I knew him.
A heckler.
Right? And VG used to call, and when I used to do the Howie show, VG would call him Buster Stones. I had to tell him, like, dude, come on, man, you're killing me here.
He deserved it. Now he's good. Howie 2.0 is great. Howie 1.0 thought he was the smartest guy in the room. Now he's better.
You were a Howie hater, HH, and half the town, more than half the town was.
I'd get the old cuz be like, oh, VG, and Howie be like, oh, VG this week again. Gotta keep it real.
And the guy, listen, he didn't need me to defend him, but I tried to really help him out.
Yeah. That's what you should do.
I was just co-host.
Yeah. Fun times.
But the pitchforks were out, and you were public enemy number one.
You just needed a little.
And now all of a sudden, Howie Ganji. That was a genius. All right, let's go to our Dick's Sporting Goods as we do corner kicks. So tell me what we got, Jules.
Okay, so we're going through a bracket. I'm going to put it up full screen. So we're going through the games that have been decided for the next 16. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matchups. So every country lines up with an item from Dick's.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
Great. So
can I tell you, football season around the corner, so I got to take Mosmo. We got to go.
Yes.
And I can't wait.
I love going.
I love just walking around, like new sport. Wherever new season's out, like in the winter, like baseball's big, like right around Christmas. I'm a lot of gloves. They got that. They have a glove that breaks it in automatically. Machine.
How long does it take?
I think it's like 10 minutes, not even 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
It's take like a week. Put it in the oven,
under your pillow,
under your bed. Yeah.
I oil it.
Yeah.
Tie it up, sleep on it.
Yes.
Okay, so the first matchup is Canada and Morocco.
Okay.
And we have a awesome looking. I actually kind of want this. It looks really great. It's a slant leg canopy, 10 by 10.
Oh,
it's
nice.
in a bunch of
Canopy
different
10.
colors. 1 second. There we
I like
go.
that.
Yep. And then we have the Morocco. This is also a really cool one. It's the Yeti carry-all bag.
Now Yeti makes good stuff.
Yes.
They're great products. But as the vampire, I need the tent.
Wow.
I gotta
The
go.
sun,
Canada.
you are.
I gotta go Canada.
The sun
here.
is your enemy.
Yeah, I gotta get some shade.
Yeah, sun is your
I
enemy.
definitely go tent there. So
Like
we're
you
going
will,
to
you will
Canada.
skulk out with a cape on when you leave.
I will.
Stateside Live.
With it. I'll walk out. I look like the Unabomber.
But Yeti makes good stuff.
Yeti's quality of products is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just got to get out of the sun every now and then.
Yeah, no, I hear
So
you.
I go Canada.
Okay, then we got Paraguay,
right.
which is a really cool speaker, Turtle Box original Gen 3 speaker. Pretty sure it's waterproof. There's a ton of great qualities to it. Let's see, let me get a picture of it up there. And then France. So then France, we have the FIFA World Cup historical mini soccer ball set by
Ooh.
Adidas.
Now,
Let me show these up real quick.
Oh wow, the Mbappe.
So as someone who has some French lineage, I got to go Paraguay there. Give me the speaker. I'm a music guy.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah,
outside.
yeah.
Paraguay over France. Speaker
All right.
rules.
Yeah.
Speaker. And
Yes.
then let me show you.
Big, the big match Saturday, man.
Oh yeah.
That's a big match on Saturday, right here at Philadelphia Stadium.
Yes. I love Philadelphia Stadium.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of cool. I kind of like, I'll be honest with you, the link's a link, right? But I kind of like when they were live at Philadelphia Stadium. Like, I get prideful with Philadelphia.
Yeah. You're looking
Okay,
live.
then we
at
got
Philadelphia.
USA,
Right,
Yes.
Belgium.
right.
So we have United States is not on this list. Oh, the Nike Soccer Federation Home Academy Soccer Ball.
Oh, that's cool.
That is
That's
very
awesome.
cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me put that up for you. Ooh, nice.
That's sharp.
And then Belgium is a mystery mini soccer ball.
I got to go USA.
Go Academy Soccer. I don't want a mystery mini
No,
ball.
I don't want to miss it. No, first of all, mini ball.
Yeah. No. A solid mini ball, but you got to go USA.
Agreed.
Soccer Federation.
All right.
So we'll go up on
Academy
the
of Ball.
screen, you'll see it.
There you go. That's the matchups, right?
Yep.
I love it. There it is. The Dick's
Oh,
corner
yeah.
kick.
That's a good ball. The red, white, and blue.
Right?
Yeah.
It's cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
I love that. That's dynamite. No, I'm down with that. All right. Now let's do this because we got Mike Giardi coming up from Boston to talk about the big trade. I'm in love, man. This is great. Jaylen Brown. I love Jaylen Brown. Like you're my witness during the playoffs. How many times I always talk about Jaylen Brown?
You're a big fan of Jaylen Brown, but we as a city, we've got we did a lot of push off complaining. Now we got to embrace it.
No, I got no problem with push. I said it then. I got no problem now.
He's got to come to terms with the flailing. He busted on MB, so he's got to embrace that as well.
All right, I like it. All right, let's talk about our friends, and we'll go to Mike after that. Talk about Dick's Sporting Goods. That's right. From the soccer tournaments down here in South Philly, right, to all the baseball games happening in the backfield of your own neighborhood. Summer sports officially in full swing in Philadelphia. And whether you're ready to cheer on the squad, like you got all kinds of great Vikings gear and everything else, Dick's Sporting Goods, your one-stop shop for everything you need this season. Jerseys and fan gear to rep the squads, plus all the equipment, gloves, cleats, bats, balls, everything you need for whatever sport you're playing this summer. With baseball, football, they have the mouth guards and the sleeves, and you can match the sleeve. Like some of the gear is so cool. I wish that I was 12.
You got to look good.
Like Massimo. Got his gold cleats.
That's
amazing.
intimidating.
Stop by your local Dick's Sporting Goods store anywhere around the area, or shop online at Dicks.com. Don't forget Dick's Sporting Goods before the next big game. So whether you're heading to the stadium or just with the backfields in your neighborhood, make Dick's Sporting Goods your first stop because summer sports starts here. All right.
You know it's officially summer when Hoagie Fest comes back to Wawa. I got to ask you, what's your Wawa order? Mine, I'm going classic Italian. I love my Wawa hoagies. Hoagie Fest is back this year, bringing even more value to the table. Right now, you get a shorty hoagie, wrap, or chicken sandwich, plus a bag of Hers chips and a small fountain drink for $6. You're extra hungry? It's only $8 for a classic meal. Whether you're grabbing lunch between meetings, fueling up before a game, or making a quick stop on a summer road trip, it's an easy, delicious meal at a great price. I love it. We stop on the way to baseball. Hoagie Fest, fuel up after, between games. Big flavor, great value, same Hoagie Fest energy we all know and love. But it's only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. Gotta have Wawa.
Back live at Stateside Live. We love it here. Getting ready for the Phillies on the way. A fun 4th of July weekend. Right? Yep. Everybody hanging.
Inside.
Yes, as
Air
well.
Conditioning, cranking.
The latest check
of the on Love Island. Plenty of time to watch some Love Island. It's only 26 episodes or an hour each, so knock yourself out.
The latest temperature right now, sunny and a balmy 98 degrees.
You got a real feel? Like it probably on the field, it's got to feel like 110.
Yes. The real feel, it feels like 115 degrees.
Oh man. 115?
Yeah. We are now on the sun.
No, we're in July.
Yeah.
All right.
We have Mike. Let's go to Boston. And as we talk about exchanging Browns.
Yeah.
Right?
I think we got the better deal.
The last time we talked to Mike Giardi, who we love, good friend of Mike Garofolo, great Boston sports guy. We were talking about the A.J. Brown deal. Now it's Jaylen Brown. Good afternoon, Michael.
What an just lopsided, horrific, awful, set me in a bad mood for the entire 4th of July weekend deal. Anthony, I was on TV last night at NBC Sports Boston. We we had just finished our A block segment on the additions the Celtics made and what we thought was going to happen with Brown. And then in the break, as soon as we get to the break, producer plugs in and goes, Brown to the Philly for George, 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders. We're like, yeah, right. And he's like, no, I'm serious. Like, no, you can't be serious. Completely flabbergasted. Then bamboozled. Name a word. That's what I am. This trade makes 0 sense to me, and I think the rest of Boston as well.
Dude, I had to keep looking at it. Like when I got the Shams alert, I'm like, nah, man, there's no way. Like why wouldn't Boston, like they couldn't do better than Paul George? Like the picks are the picks, but you got Paul George. That's all I kept thinking is that guy Danny Ainge is not there anymore.
You know, it's interesting because like yesterday the reporting was, and it's been basically since the Giannis thing fell through that like, look, they're going to move him. They're going to do their best to move him. But it was the market is going to be robust. And yesterday the report was there are 8 or 10 teams that are talking to the Celtics about Jaylen Brown. Well, what the hell were they offering? A couple second-round picks, some stale pretzels, and a chicken nugget? Like, there was just clearly nothing out there for this player, which, look, I get if you view him and say he's not a $60 to $70 million a year player. I can understand that, having watched him for all these years. That said, he was 6th in the MVP voting last year, and he really elevated a Celtics team that was without Tatum until the final month of the year. Like, he's a really good basketball player. So maybe you don't want to pay him 70, and maybe that's really what this comes down to. But you got a really good player, and the Celtics got a broken down bag of balls, you know, in Paul George.
By the way, he was suspended last year for PEDs.
Yes. Might I suggest that he do that again this year? Right before the postseason. He was great in that first series. He actually kicked Brown and Tatum's ass. So I don't know. Maybe we do that again.
So what do you think the Sixers are going with Brown? Like go through his career, because you know, again, last year was supposed to be a gap year with the Tatum injury, and I thought with a weak supporting cast, he carried them.
Yeah. I love the fit there, and I especially love the fit there when Embiid's not playing, because we know Joel doesn't get up and down the floor very well. But when you put him alongside Maxey and alongside Edgecombe, like run. Like, he's an athletic guy. He wants to move the ball. One of his frustrations with the Celtics playing style over the last couple of years is, and what you saw when he was sort of in charge for the better part of the season, is they move the ball a lot better. Less isolation, dribble. Tatum likes to hold the ball, dribble the ball, like make a decision late in the shot clock. He wants to get out. He wants to move. And I think that pairing, just those three together, to me, is a huge elevation for what Philly had last year to what they'll have going into this year.
Yeah, I mean, like, talk about dynamic, right? Because the one thing about Maxey last year is that he was tired carrying the load. Like, he had to carry the entire scoring load every night. And then, you know, you're blitzing him. 2 guys are trying to get him off the ball. And now you saw Edgecombe kind of come into his own as a rookie. Now you add Brown with Maxey and Edgecombe, and the athleticism and the explosiveness of scoring. I mean, the Sixers suddenly became a contender in the league.
Yeah, I think the way you look at the East and you figure, like, for as good as things went for the Knicks, and I still think the Knicks will be really good, but, like, is there that championship hangover and the Pat Riley disease of me? You know, you want the ball more, you want more touches, you want more shine on you. Like, that combination of the 3 guys that we're talking about, never mind when you get Embiid in there and when he does what he did to the Celtics for that week and a half, right? Like, that he's still capable of that. What you're getting in Brown, too, and I think I never underestimate this, and we laugh when we say it, but there are certain players that it matters to. He's going to come in with a massive chip on his shoulder. Like, he does not like the way he was handled. He doesn't like the way they treated him at the end. He was offered up for Kevin Durant years ago. There's been in other trade rumors. Like, pretty much since he's gotten here, he's always had this little edge, and they've always kind of looked like maybe we'd move him here, maybe we'd move him for that guy. Now, listen, to me, if you're going to get moved for Durant or Giannis, like, that's a pretty high compliment, right? Like, all-time great players, you're not in that category, but you're going to get a guy now who gets to see the Celtics in the division. Like, I just think times 10 in terms of the intensity that he's going to bring. And I think he's going to want to kick everybody's ass in Boston. And I'll tell you what, if I was a betting man, I'd bet money that he was going to do that.
Mike, what's the downside with him? Like, what's the underbelly that we don't see?
He's a really good mid-range guy, not a great three-point shooter.
Right.
And then I would say the other thing about him is, like, he always does seem like chip on his shoulder is good, but it's also like he feels like the whole world is against him. And I think sometimes that impacts other guys negatively. And I think he's not a bad guy. I don't think there's been anything that he's done since he's in Boston that like made him in the news for the wrong thing. But he just sort of has that attitude towards him that I think sometimes can rub people the wrong way. Like, look, certainly he and Tatum coexisted for a long time. You want to talk about completely different personalities. Tatum is like happy-go-lucky, like everybody's friend. Like, Celtics lose to the Sixers. He doesn't play in Game 7. He's out there hugging guys at the end of the game with a big smile on his face. Brown was ready to fight everybody. So there's a different personality. I think that fits in well, though, for Philadelphia.
Yeah, that plays well because nobody wants, if you lose and don't play Game 7, nobody wants to see you smile.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people hated it, but he's sort of, it's funny here. Tatum is generally, I mean, across the league, he's considered the better player, right? But one thing they could do for Jason is give him some of Jaylen's attitude. Like, I would love some hate from Jason, and maybe it happens, but probably not. Probably not at 28. This is who you are. Jaylen's got that hate in his heart. He'll bring it.
I love the hate in the heart, man. That's good, man. I know that the analytics people don't like. He's not an analytics darling.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, again, I think one of the issues is you need mid-range to mix in this league. Like, not everything. You saw the Celtics live and die by the three their whole time. I mean, look, you get the one title, and that was great. But, the mid-range is not the devil.
I don't think it's the devil either. I think one of the things, Anthony, that he did really well last year, and he kind of changed his game a little bit last year because he knew he was going to be the guy. And all throughout the regular season, if Jaylen wanted to get to his spot, he got to his spot. He's strong. He's got the good first step. I mean, you see him physically. He's a strong dude, and you saw him basically work over guys, get to his spot, and then hit that mid range, the foul line jumper, those sorts of things. He's very capable of that. Which again is another reason why I think he fits in so well with his group. Where get him the ball in the wing and let him break some guys down. Oh, you want to double me when I'm going to the basket? Well, I'll kick it to Maxey or I'll kick it to Edgecombe and let them shoot a wide open three, or even Embiid floating into the corner. Those sorts of things. So, he just there'll be nights where he'll put his head down and he'll just decide he's getting 30 that night, and that may bother you a little bit because he may pass up some other options. But by and large, I think, especially this year, he did a really good job of getting everybody else involved.
BJ, how about this? Mike.
I mean, nothing makes sense to me about this. I was just reading. Do you think that they're banking on Pritchard to make a step forward this year?
I mean, look, there's no way anybody there can argue to me that they got better. And, they added Mike Conley, who's 150 years old. He's a good locker room guy. Great. They don't need a good locker room guy. They need someone who can play. And especially now that Brown's out the door, they had Mitchell Robinson, who is a nice player, but obviously has his flaws. Not an offensive player by any stretch of the imagination. They're really hoping that Hugo Gonzalez and Baylor Shireman have big step-up years, and they're fine players, and maybe Hugo ends up being a good starter in this league. But those may have been the guys that were the reason the Giannis deal didn't happen, because they didn't want to throw those guys in. I wonder if they had a do-over, if they would have said, you know what, take Hugo, take Shireman, take a couple picks. We'll take Giannis for 2 years in Tatum's window and try to win another title and not worry about the future. Now it's the old guy in George who breaks down a ton, and 2 picks. Well, at least the 2028 one shouldn't be very good, right? That shouldn't be a good pick. Philadelphia should be a really good team in 2028 at the very least, and you're picking in the late 20s. So I don't really know what they accomplished other than they're no longer in the Jaylen Brown business.
Yeah, and I don't know what other rumors you heard. for other teams, but I'm still shocked that there's nobody else that stepped up to the table and beat that offer.
Yeah, it's crazy. Again, I think because of the new CBA and people sort of figuring this thing out now on the fly for the last couple of years, I think a lot of teams are viewing it as we don't want to pay two guys max contracts. But if you're in Boston, the thing to remember now is new ownership, and it's the private equity money. The private equity money tends to only care about their own money and maybe a little bit less about the product. So this is their first real big move. They just took a guy who finished sixth in the MVP voting and shipped him off for a 36-year-old broken down guy. And like I said, still pretzels and a couple chicken nuggets.
It is ironic though, right? Like that we exchange Browns. Like as we are in 250, America celebrates 250-year birthday. And it's the two first cities, right? Philadelphia and Boston, the Quakers and the Puritans, and we exchange Browns.
Yeah, you know what? I got to tell you, I don't know. You've probably been reading the coverage. So, Patriots concluded their mandatory minicamp in the middle of June. AJ and Drake are already like best pals.
We've seen that before.
No, I know. But you're going to get that first year back.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, I love everything and everybody.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome. And then we'll see when they decide to pay him or not pay him and guarantee the money what year two looks like. But year two, big bounce, and you're going to get the big bounce from Jaylen Brown.
Just tell the Drake, don't overthrow him.
Yeah, right.
Don't not throw him the ball. You better be just funneling that ball right there, AJ, baby.
Yeah, I mean, look. McDaniels was here when they had Moss and they had that great, the 07 season that obviously we know how it ended to the Giants. But like they always say, throw to the open guy. Well, that year was like, you know what? Randy's got to get his touches. And now he was so good that year that even when he was covered, he was open, that sort of thing. But it might be a similar thing where, hey, 7 or 8 targets a game have got to go AJ's way.
Yeah. You also had a different quarterback at the time.
Yes. That 12 guy was pretty good. He was pretty good.
Mikey, what a pleasure, brother. Listen, happy 4th of July. God bless you and your family, brother. Always a pleasure, man.
I'm going to have to start drinking the bourbon now. I told you, I haven't got over it. Still gobsmacked, still frustrated, and commiserating with the rest of my Celtic faithful. My son is in mourning right now. He's 20 years old. He's walking around like, we couldn't have done anything better than that. I'm like, apparently not. Apparently this is the best we can do.
My son Mosmo was on the high last night. He was all about it. So it's a tale of two towns.
Hey, we lived this when the Celtics acquired Kyrie Irving years ago, and that didn't turn out well. So I don't know. I'm not trying to put the curse on you, but maybe that's what happens with Jaylen. Just saying.
All right, buddy. Good talking. Good catching up, brother. Take care, pal. There he is, Mike Giardi, checking in from NBC Sports Boston.
It's good to hear their pain.
It's great to hear their pain.
It is, because we feel giddy down. I love knowing how they hate it up there.
Yeah, man. Love it. Yeah. Hey, let's quickly talk about our friends. Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Do you your official plays for today's World Cup action are
Spain, Austria, under 3.5 goals. Both teams to score no. That parlay is worth plus 152.
What about Yamal? Does he score?
He might. He's not 100%.
All right.
Portugal, Croatia, we're just them to advance, plus 230. Then Switzerland, Algeria, Switzerland to advance, minus 103. If you want to get a parlay going, do Switzerland to advance with under 2.5 goals. That pays plus 152.
Under?
For total.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. There it is. On the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. New customers get 500 spins on the new soccer slot game. Go, collect them. And $500 casino bonus back the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. You got to be 21. The Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Let's talk about Valley Forge and Montgomery County. If you're looking to get away, right? Just a little getaway. There's nothing better than a little Valley Forge. It's so close. You don't need anything, some dramatic going to Asia like Baldy. Just go to Montgomery County. Check out the inns. Check out the incredible shopping at King of Prussia Mall. All the great, quaint little towns. There's something to do. Valley Forge National Historical Park. just check it out and get a couple days, get away, man. You're not going far. Explore what's happening as the nation turns 250. ValleyForge.org to book your getaway. Again, you nice drive, something to do. ValleyForge.org and check out the beauty that we have to offer in Montgomery County. All right, my man. We got a couple super chats. What do we got going?
We do.
What do we got, Jules? Rules.
Yep. Okay, so Fit Dad again says Team USA's won 4. AJ Brown is out the door. Jaylen Brown is here. Stop arguing. Sixers and 4.
Yeah.
It was a nice $20. Thank you.
Thanks,
And we got EJ Delash, our buddy.
Oh, Eric.
A Boston Tears Party.
Oh, I love that, Eric.
We swapped
Congratulations
playoff
to Eric's son, by the way, who made the district team.
Oh,
yeah. Nice little ball player right there.
Swapped playoff PP for an MVP candidate. It's a beautiful day. Play the song.
I love it. Playoff PP.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe he's gone.
And then we got Nick to the PHOI, LeBron and LeBaron on the same team.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh, I like it.
A LeBaron and a LeBron.
That's a shirt waiting to happen.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then lastly, we got Jamal Hutchinson.
Oh, Hutch.
622. Yoka's a touch. I'm sipping Jack D celebrating.
I love it.
Cheers, Hutch. Cheers, Hutch. Right here, baby boy. My man. I love it. I love it. Jules Rules, you killed it.
Julia, nice work.
Great stuff here. Everybody, we will be back on Monday with the holiday. Have a safe and happy 4th of July for all the crew here, Nick and Ben and Nicole, everybody here, Jules Rules. VG, stay inside.
Will do.
We love you. Have a great weekend. Be safe. See you on Monday. Happy.
We all silly like the mayor.